Now we are live.
Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 17th episode of the Shutterbugs podcast, the show where three toy photographers talk about everything and anything geeky. My name is Finn, and I'm joined by my one co-host today, Aiden.
Hello, hello, hello.
It is good to be here. We actually have a guest today.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, hold on. The big man, the dog, our man's Brian Carter, aka Cap.Lives, aka Cap Lives. What's up, Brian? How are you doing?
Hey guys, good to be here. I don't really have an intro plan like Alex normally does, so hello.
I totally botched your intro. I was gonna say I had some fun names rehearsed, and then I
like a WWE intro.
Yeah,
Amazing.
but every time I'm thinking about saying something, it just leaves my brain. I just totally forget what I was about to say. So I had Big Dog, and that was it. The Ranger Danger himself.
The Ranger Danger.
Nah. Yeah, nah.
How is everyone doing? That's
yeah,
our first
dude.
order of business.
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Finn, we'll just start with what everyone's been up to this whole quarantine. Finn, what have you been up to the past week or two since we last recorded?
So when quarantine started, I was super hardcore quarantine. I was never leaving for anything because I'm immunocompromised or whatever. So if I catch it, I'm at higher risk or whatever. And so I'm I don't want to even risk it.
Yeah.
And so I was indoors a lot. But for the last less than a month, I've been going out pretty normally. I'm just always wearing a mask. I've gone to some stores and stuff, but hanging out with friends, a few of them. Some of my friends actually have corona, but I haven't been hanging out with them, thankfully. So you know what I mean? Just trying to keep it normal, playing a lot of video games,
Heck
the usual.
Yeah. Obviously, great stuff. How's your beach vacation? Did you do a lot of shooting?
Dude, oh my gosh. So for anyone who doesn't know, which is probably all of you, every year my family and extended family goes on this vacation. We go down to North Carolina, go down to a beach. We all rent a house for a week. And so every year I always bring maybe 10, 12 figures. And take a bunch of shots on the beach because I live in Ohio, which is nowhere near any type of water except for the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Nowhere near any water that's interesting. And so I always try to get in my year of beach shots that week. But dude, this year I went all out. I think last episode I talked about how I got Luke's land speeder and stuff in preparation. Yeah. But dude, I brought that. I brought myself a dewback. I brought 5 sand troopers. I brought I had a whole bag of just Star Wars stuff because I love the Tatooine look and stuff.
Yep.
Dude, I probably came away with not edited, so you know how I'll take a bunch of shots of one setup.
Yeah.
I probably came away with there almost 1,000 shots. I took so many photos.
Stuff, this man.
Nice.
Not even done editing them, and I've been editing them since 2 weeks now almost.
Jeez, holy cow!
Agree.
All right.
I got some calls lately, too. So we're gonna get into that.
We'll get into that.
But Brian, what have you been up to, buddy?
My quarantine's been pretty chill. For the first half of it, I was just at home, and I would go out to the stores with my parents. And more recently, I've been going out doing some fig hunting. Sadly, there's something here in my area, so I pretty much after I realized I found one figure here, and ever since then, pretty much just been watching cartoons and stuff, catching up on the comics.
Good. Literally, oh my god, that is literally me as well, and I can't wait to talk about it too because
Aiden's really been catching up.
Aiden's been out here.
Yeah, I've been complete. Well, I mean, I had this moment of realization, which I guess I'll get into later. But I was I have so much time where I'm doing just stupid, wasting time stuff. I love video games, but I cannot. I'm the type of person who can't play for more than an hour and a half just because I feel I'm wasting time. It's still fun, but I feel there's other stuff I want to be doing. And so I realized I just sit around and be oh my god, there's stuff I want to do. And then I was I have this list of comics I need to read. I want to catch up on this stuff. I want to watch these movies. And then I ended up going on a whole track. But we'll talk about that later. But Brian, have you been still? What'd you say, Brian?
No longer roast Aiden for not reading comics. We can no longer roast you for not reading comics.
Oh, we can. He's read 6.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm getting there though, and I've added more to the list too that you.
Although he hasn't read Hush yet, so honestly, has he read
It's
any?
literally on my iPad. I am reading it as we speak. I just finished Batman Year One, so give me a break.
Dude, Year One is amazing.
Okay,
dude, that Hush art though, Aiden.
I know, I'm excited.
That Hush art is beautiful.
But question. Does Batman? Do you remember how Batman Year One ends, Finn? Does it end with basically a Joker teaser, like of like saying like, so it's like it goes through Batman's whole first year, right? And it ends with Batman in the bat suit and Gordon after, and then Gordon's like, hey, or like he sends Batman to go stop someone called the Joker.
That's the end of year one.
That's the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know, because the first time, the one that you showed me, Finn, out of like the selection that I chose, actually ended on like issue 2 or something of that run, and I was like, oh, what the heck, is this not the end? And so I wanted to make sure I had to actually reach the end, so that's good.
That's cool. Okay, well, hold on. Before we get into our normal segments, I think Brian, you should tell everyone who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Agreed.
You know, like what you do. You know what I mean, the usual.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
you.
the shots you take, your IG handle, your role.
Well, I'm Brian Carter. Cap Lives on YouTube, on Instagram. I think that's probably it for where I use Cap Lives. But yeah, I do ACBA. Love shooting figures. Love comics, cartoons, music. You know, just a dude enjoying the hobby.
Heck yeah.
That's sweet, man. And you're a big Power Rangers fan too.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yeah, that's a small thing. That's a small
Okay.
thing.
Well, I just you've been shooting it so much, so I'm like, you've been killing the shots, bro.
Oh no, I am a huge Ranger fan. I'm just trying to downplay it, you know.
Oh yeah, you know, it's just whatever. I for a second I was like, wait, does he really not like? I knew he liked him, but I was like, I don't want to. But yeah, no, Brian's been shooting for a while. You know, I mean, you've been growing a ton in the group and stuff.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yep, and if any of you guys have been following the podcast since, God, even basically almost since we started back in, what was that, October of, 2018? Seems about right.
Oh man, dude, it might have even been. Yeah, it was around then.
Yeah,
It was like
I think it was
mid early 2018.
Yeah. But Brian was one of the first and continued to be one of the most heavily featured as Shutterbugs critiques, and took the critiques very well and completely has improved, and we've become better friends with him along the way through his whole ACBA journey. It's been awesome to watch. And
For real.
yeah. So I think
man.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Brian also one of the Yeezy boys, you know.
I'll defend this on one thing. He said, I forgot what he said, but I was like, I have great teachers, so that's why I'm able to improve, because of you guys and people like Diego.
Oh, Brian.
don't make Finn cry. He cries a
kind.
lot.
Too kind. I do not. I don't cry that much, but I wish I did. I wish I cried more.
You just
Dude, I
blush
just
a
looked
lot.
over. So I switched out a table in my basement room where I shoot like my studio, and I know like I had to move my detolf, but like I moved it really carefully so I didn't knock anything over. Bro, I look over and there was like a whole shelf just like completely demolished. I'm like, oh no!
I
It's
feel
my
that
band
heavy.
shelf. Oh,
it's
great.
rough. It's rough. I know that exact feeling, because my shelf's in the basement. It's right next to the like basement fridge where we keep like all the drinks and stuff. And I swear to God, like you have to put like a big speaker. I do when I'm like listening to tunes in the basement, like right in front of it. So when the fridge swings open, it hits the speaker and not the shelf first. But someone put the speaker outside when we had some people over, and then my mom just like swung it open, and literally everything just fell out of it. And I was like, oh. That's great. It's just great.
This is why I don't have figures on display.
Yeah, you're smart, man. I literally do it because one, I got this like the glass IKEA detol shelf. I got it for $5, brand new, at a yard sale last year.
This man
Which is crazy.
Finn is always finding bargains. I swear to Jesus, man,
It's
you
true.
will go to your comic shop and find grails for $5. You got your,
That's
which
true.
you'll talk about what you got today for like $2 or whatever. Like that's
Then
insane.
he's got that like that place that he always goes to and finds great figures.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the
Yep.
exchange. Dude, I haven't been there since quarantine started, but I
Dude,
need to.
Finn hits up Goodwill's, the exchange, like every single bargain shop, and finds grails. Meanwhile, I go there and just find like old clothes. Like it makes no sense to me.
No, Aiden, no.
Smells.
I'm sorry.
Finn's got sleeper agents. Finn's got sleeper agents out there. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
he's coming.
yeah,
Put something out.
yeah.
Put something out.
Put something.
Yeah, seriously, no, they're texting me. They're all at all the Goodwills and stuff. Well, because I actually have a good friend who actually he listens to the pod sometimes. My boy Stones is my friend Stones, and he is like does like yard sailing like professionally. So that's like his second income is he like does stuff and resells it on eBay and stuff.
Dude, it's
but it's only
smart.
like
It's a business.
It's only like old stuff. So he like the other day we went to a yard sale and he got a couple packs of unused like Gillette like razors or whatever. Like women's health razors or whatever, and each pack sold for like $50, and you got them for like 50 cents
Wow.
each. So it's like he just like buys old stuff like that, you know what I mean? And so I'm always with him because we'll hunt together. and then I'll be out there, and then I'll find good stuff like the stuff that I look for is nothing he'll look for. He'll look for like the weird stuff you would never think to buy, and I'm like, where are the video games? You know what I mean? Like, I do my best. Okay, well, since we're talking about stuff, we should probably
razors. I'm gonna need those.
Yeah. What'd you say, Brian? You need a razor?
No, he was like, "Oh, those razors. I'm gonna need those."
Yeah, facts. No, I got It was actually really funny. Actually, you know what? I'll just get into my pickups since we're here. Pickups is where we talk about everything we bought or purchased in the last week or more like 2 weeks. Well, here's an example. We were at a yard sale like 2 weeks ago, and he's like looking around, and he finds these like I think it's like weightlifting straps, like straps used to like I don't know, or like exercise, something like that. And he's like, oh, cool, these are gonna be like a good flip or whatever. And then I find this the DC Universe Classics Deathstroke for like $2.
Ooh,
it was nice because he didn't have a sword or it was like a sword and like I think like a strap or something that went on him.
Yeah,
but it was like $2, and that's like a grail for me. Like I've always wanted that Deathstroke, and so I was like, oh, cool, I'll get this. And then he's out here buying like random stuff that he can resell, and I'm like, I just found like one of the dude, we went to we actually just went Saturday again because there was a big community sale happening around here. We went to maybe 15 to 16 different yard sales, and I walked away with two things. I walked away with like a little Lego minifigure like storage container thing, but it was actually branded as like, you know, like the packs I collect, Aiden, you know, like the blind bag.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like branded with those like natural Lego minifigures one, and you never see that.
Yeah.
And so I got it. They gave it to me for free because I asked about it, and they're like, oh,
nice.
This lady bought up all of our Legos earlier. I was like, oh, that sucks. And she's like, but they didn't want this, so you can have it. I was like, thanks. And then I found a volume of the Pokemon manga from Platinum, and it was like volume 6, and it was $1, so I bought it. But that was it. We went to 15 yard sales, and that was all that I found. So like, it's very hit or miss. But man, I'm looking at this Batman shelf right now that all fell down, and it's like, man, I like Batman. I like DC just as much as I like Marvel, basically. I wish I had way more DC figures. Like, I wish that there was a
sometimes. I just wish there was, like, a good line that was just giving us, like, if we... See, the cool thing about Marvel is we've already gotten, like, what we want in terms of our classic looks for the most part from every character, and they're at the point where they're giving us alternate looks from more recent comics or older comics, which is awesome. But DC, we haven't even gotten good versions of the classic suits for any figure out there, which really sucks. So hopefully Mafex can start dishing out a 1/12 Justice League that's fire, because we're already starting with
the problem is, though, Mafex figures are... Dude, they're incredible, and the Mask figures are incredible. Yeah. But the problem is, it's like, it's sad, and this might be controversial, but I honestly think that the best line for DC figures that's not an import line, that's like best because of price and availability and also selection and stuff. Dude, DC Universe Classics has not been topped. Like, Icons is amazing, but one, they were a little small and fragile, and two, they were way more expensive and exclusive to comic shops. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't had like a good, like, Multiverse sucked. So bad. There were a few good figures.
Yeah, near the end, Multiverse really got better.
Yeah, it's true. Which made no sense to me because they started, like, their Suicide Squad figures in Justice League were, like, I don't think I've had trasher figures for, like, 1/12 scale. Like, it was awful. But then they end with Alfred and, like, some of the best 1/12 DC figures.
The Robin was amazing.
And the Robin, and then they just call it quits. It's like, why couldn't you have given us this earlier? Or then, once you release these actually good figures, been like, you know what? We're staying. Like, this is... like, or like seeing the reception after putting these figures out, because everyone loved them. That whole wave was really good.
Don't get me started on those Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
I have the Rick Flag just for the guns. Such a terrible figure.
The paint is so soft. The sculpts are barely there. I mean, the articulation's awful. The accessories were piss poor. I only own the Lex Luthor, or that I think those are the Justice League figures, but the prison outfit.
Yeah.
Just because it's a prison outfit, the articulation's awful on it, anyways. But
it's just sad, man. Because if Multiverse, if that line had been the entire time, like how it, you know what I mean, like how it ended, if it had been that good the whole time, dude, that would be like, it could start rivaling Legends in that way. Dude, like, it was that good.
Alfred's articulation rivaled some Legends, like current Legends articulation, which just blows my mind.
And I still never saw
better than the Bucky Cat mold. And yeah, and he was so rare, 1 and 2. If they had given us that articulation on a Batman or Superman classic look in the Multiverse line, done deal. Probably one of the best DC figures you could get on the market for the price.
Especially for $20 too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, $20 is, sure. I mean, I'll always say that I think 15 to, like, you know what I mean, is that around the perfect
Yeah.
price point for those. But like $20 is not that bad, especially for a good figure like that with like 3 alternate heads. But that's my problem with like icons and the essentials and stuff. Like you only see essentials at like comic book stores or like certain like GameStops and stuff.
Yep.
And then they're also 25 to $30 half the time. So it's like, how do I justify this price when it doesn't
Exactly.
scale with anything I have? And it's, you know what I mean? It's like super fragile. Like I have I have one of the essentials, right? Actually, I have the essentials Red Hood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing figure. Absolutely love it. But it was $30
Yeah,
for
it's
Legends
crazy.
quality, basically.
And I
That's
wouldn't,
crazy.
and honestly too, like I think probably Red Hood is Legends quality, but overall the line I would say is not. Especially like their Commissioner Gordon they put out has no accessories, and I know I have their Catwoman. It's so brittle and hard to articulate. Like, again, they have hits like the Red Hood and the Batgirl figure, but they have way more misses than they should for a 1/12 line that charges that much money. Way more.
Yeah. I think icons would have started approaching legend territory if they gave their figures a proper thigh swivel.
That's true.
Yep.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Icon's Robin is one of my favorite figures I own. Like the Icon Damien.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I mean, even without the thigh swivel, like, I mean, it's okay, acceptable because it comes with so much accessories and stuff. But it's like, it's the plastic, you're right, though, and it is so brittle on
Yeah.
all of these DC figures. Like, the plastic is so fragile. I feel like
Yep.
it's going to snap in my
It literally
hands.
feels like the McFarlane
And then also,
like
you
figures.
can't, yeah, you can't find it anywhere either.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on those bum McFarlane figures that
No.
are coming out right now. Not even touch.
Exactly.
I've not bought one, and I will not.
Now,
No,
wait a
I
minute.
don't think
like,
I
wait
think
a
the
minute.
Joker is
Okay,
the
here we
only
go.
good one. That's
Yes,
it.
Brian.
The White Knight looks pretty good. The White Knight Batman. I like
The White Knight Batman does look good. Well, I make it that because it's like an alternate universe kind of thing, so I wouldn't really scale it with any of my DC figures anyways. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or maybe I'll get like the Hellbat, but besides that, I'm not getting any classic looks. Like those Batman animated figures from that line, so bad.
Yeah, agreed,
Like
dude.
Oh my gosh, dude.
No way. But anyway, after all this talk, Finn, what else did you pick up?
Okay, let me think. Well, so I've been getting some Lego stuff. My buddy Chris actually sent me over the. I was looking for the Shang-Chi and I couldn't find him, so he helped me find him. And then he sent me over some packs from the Lego minifigure Series 20. And so I just need one more figure from that line, and it is the drone guy. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for him.
Are you
filling
gonna
up some-
test your luck getting filling up the bags and just seeing?
So
if you can get
I've
them?
gotten really good at it. Like especially stuff like that with big accessories, like the sombrero kid. Like you can just feel for the sombrero and you're fine.
Yeah.
So if they have like distinct accessories, it's pretty easy to tell. But so I'm really excited about almost finishing that. I'm trying to I'm kind of pulling back on like buying like I wasn't even buying that much, but like buying some Lego stuff. Like I'm probably gonna try to invest in more like 6-inch, like not necessarily props, but like more backdrops, more stuff to make props. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Smart.
yeah, thank you. I almost the Mighty Morphin team for the Lightning collection. I got the Blue Ranger in, and I got the I don't think I had yellow last time we talked. Dude, Brian, that Blue Ranger might be like one of my favorite figures from the line. It's so good. And it's like
I might get him.
dude, it's so good, man. It's like I know it's like the basic Ranger body, but it's something about like the way they do the accessories, and then the helmet on the Blue looks perfect. Like my problem with the Red Ranger is I don't know, some of the paint is kind of spotty on mine, and then the helmet just looks a tiny bit off, just a tiny bit.
Which team
and
version of Blue Ranger is this?
This is a Mighty Morphin,
Got it.
and it's just the Blue Ranger's just perfect. But my favorite figure from the line I've had for a while is Dracon, Brian.
Love that figure.
Dude, oh my gosh, it's just so good. But I got Blue Ranger, I got SPD Red, who's amazing.
My favorite figure.
Is that your favorite figure from the line?
Yeah, that's mostly due to character though, because I just love Jack.
Dude, that's sweet. I really need to give SPD a try again because I watched it as a kid and I really liked it. But I mostly just read the Power Rangers comics. You know what I mean? But it's such a good figure. And then I got the last one I got was the Ranger Slayer, which I actually have not read Shattered Grid because I was reading it week to week, and then that happened and I kind of fell off. But I'm just gonna start Shattered Grid soon. But she's heavily featured in that, and that figure it feels way more solid than the Pink Ranger for some reason.
It's a different body.
Is it?
I think it's different legs.
Okay, that might be why. Because I knew it had like a different arm, you know what I mean, like the obvious differences, but it just feels a little bit more solid. The only problem I have with all the girl figures in that line, the shoulder articulation feels really fragile. Like, whenever you like move out the shoulder, like move out the arm, you know what I mean? Like, and whenever I go to put it back down, like by its side, it feels like I'm gonna break the peg that's like connecting it to the torso.
I don't own any of the females from my collection, so I wouldn't know.
They're really good figures, man. It's just a little fragile. So I got those. Trying to get on my Brian grind, trying to do Power Ranger shots. I've been shooting them a ton, actually. So I got those. I got Shang-Chi, who's amazing. My Stan Lee came in, which I actually have not shot yet. I've been busy shooting other stuff, but such a nice, solid figure. It really makes me excited for the Peter Parker that's coming out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Body.
Yeah, I think they are. Different shoes.
Yeah, it's the exact same body. Yeah.
So it's a great, like, different look for civilians, because I don't know how many more times I can have Batman beating up suited guys. You know what I mean?
And I'm honestly... Okay, how's his... I mean, I have 2 of them incoming. Who knows when they're going to be here. But, how is his foot articulation? Because that is one thing I can't stand with suited bodies, is their feet can never move up because of the pant sculpt. And I hate it. Is it the same? I bet it's the same.
Let me... I have 2 of them right next to me. Stanley's doesn't feel that bad. It's about the same. It feels a tiny bit better. Okay. Like, I don't know. I think it's the exact same. Yeah, it's the exact same sculpt. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that sucks. But I want to figure out a way to mod it, because it really is bothering me. Like how you can't.
It's just hard. It makes it so much harder to pose. If they gave us like a little more of a gap, or they just gave us the pants a little higher, and like you could maybe see socks instead of like the pants going over the feet, it would make. The articulation just posing the suited figures and like the civilians so much better, and it sucks that we don't have that.
His articulation's really good. Like his ab crunch is really nice. Yeah. His arm articulation or whatever is it's good. It's funny. I'm getting like Stan Lee and like Spider-Man poses. this he was like 90. But it's a great figure to have in the collection. I'll probably like I was saying earlier, I don't really display figures unless it's like for storage. So I'll have all my like icons kind of out, and then I'll have like a lot of my NECA stuff out, because it's like I don't really have a bin for them or like a spot to put them, or like my Build-A-Figures as well. And it just looks cool. But I'll probably have him out somewhere, just kind of like overseeing my collection, because he's the man. But so he's a great figure. I definitely recommend. I got him for I think it was like $22 on Amazon like a couple weeks ago. So. I got him for that, and then the last couple things I got the Weapon X Logan from Age of Apocalypse. My man Chad sent it over. Chad Tinsler. It's actually a really good figure. I really am not like the most crazy about the design, but it's a Wolverine, and I was kind of skeptical, but having it in hand, he just feels really solid. I really wish there was a calf swivel on it. That's kind of annoying. There's no way to like turn his feet at all, except for if you turn his thigh. But he's really solid. I don't know. I feel like the head sculpt's a tiny bit too big, but I love, like, as much as I don't care about the look, like messing around and posing with the the stump claw hand is really fun. It looks really cool. But I wasn't like super hype about it, but I think it's pretty sick. Aiden got me helped me figure out how to get the McFarlane Harry Potter. He was like telling me he got it, and I was like, oh, nice. Because it's still like $20-something at $25 at my Target, and so I looked on, Amazon. It was like $10. I was like, okay, I'll get that. I love Harry Potter, so he just came in, and then the last. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Okay, I have 2 more. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take over everyone's time, and then I wanted to bring up something else. But
that's fine.
My friend Mike, Spider Criminal on IG.
Oh, I saw that. I'm so
dude,
excited.
He was supposed to send me this package like in February or March, but then he was just hooking me up. So I'm like, dude, take your time. I don't care. It's no rush at all. And then it was supposed to get here Saturday, and then UPS had it delayed till Monday, but it finally came. He sent me the Marvel Legends Red Hulk because I could not find it anywhere, and I still have never seen it. And
I haven't either.
Dude, it's a masterpiece, like, of a figure. It's so good. I mean, I wish the butterfly joints could make his like arms go in a little bit more, but the sculpt is so good. Like I can't even hate. You know what I mean? It looks amazing. And it was so kind of him to send that over. So give a shout out to Mike. And then he also threw in an extra figure, which leads into my next topic.
Yes.
For that is the Spectacular Spider-Man basic figure, which was so nice, and I wanted that for so long, and I had never seen it. You know about that figure, Brian?
Yeah. Man.
Aiden said he had it as a kid. Did you guys have that as kids?
Yes.
No, I didn't have that spectacular Spider-Man figure.
I had
Did you
that
have it?
exact one, and I loved it. It was so cool. For like as a kid, I loved it because I loved the show. But then my dog ripped it in like a million parts, and I never played with it again. It was pretty sad.
No, dude. I didn't have that one. I always wanted that one as a kid, but I never saw him. I had the black suit Spider-Man from that line as a kid, and I loved it. Because as a kid, I mean, it's still one of my favorite suits. But like, as a kid, I loved the classic suit. But then I also was like, dude, black suit is the coolest suit ever. And so I
black suit was
tried
the
to get
coolest too. Yeah,
I tried to get like all the merch from that one.
Yep, Spectacular Spider-Man made the black suit hella cool. Like as a kid, like just
Yeah,
seeing
did
his
you know-
power and stuff.
Dude, that show is amazing. But did you know that like I rewatch it about once a year probably.
Yeah.
But did you know that in the symbiote stuff, whenever he first gets it, it's like his outlined like red and blue suit. It's like all the outlines are still there, all the lines on his webbing. And then the
as he
slower that
slowly-
he gets angry, it's like
Yeah.
all the
It just
lines
becomes
disappear.
all black. Yeah. I
So
remember
well
that.
done.
Mhm.
dude.
So
well done.
great.
What a
Yeah,
show.
and so he hooked me up with that, which is amazing. And then what I've been trying to do lately is Brandon Deichler. He inspired me with the way he does the Batman the Animated Series cutouts for like the heads.
Oh yeah.
I was like, well, I love Spectacular Spider-Man as well. I mean, I'd probably prefer Batman the Animated Series, but like I love Spectacular Spider-Man. I have so many Spider-Man figures. I bet you I could do some like head cutouts for that. And so I took a bunch of different grabs from like online or from like clips from the show, and I printed out a bunch of them and like try to figure out. I printed out like a bunch of duplicates for different sizes. You know what I mean? And so I printed out a bunch of them, and I've been shooting with them, and they turned out so cool. I'm really excited for you guys to see them. I'll have to finish editing the photos, but like I think they actually turned out really good, and they look pretty cool. I put it on the Revoltech Spidey and the Mafex one, and I think it looked pretty nice. I tried swapping the figurehead
I can't
on the
wait to see
Mafex.
those.
Dude, Brian, I tried swapping the Spectacular Spider-Man basic figurehead on the Mafex, but Aiden and Alex both told me it looked like poop. So I was like, okay,
Well,
Poop's
I'll
strong,
send it
but
to
the
you.
head is just, it's very big for the body, it feels like.
Alex
Yeah.
said it looked like a bike helmet.
It's pretty accurate, but it's so funny.
yeah,
Nah, but I'll send you pics, Brad. I'll
Probably
try to
true.
figure it out. But yeah, that was my pickup. Sorry I took
Good
forever, guys.
stuff.
I didn't
No,
realize
you're
how much
good.
I had gotten.
it's cool. It's cool. The only spectacular Spider-Man figure I had was like the big 12-inch one that talked.
Oh, that's
So-
lit. I never saw that one.
I never did either. Whoa. Noise,
Okay,
noise,
who's
noise.
going next?
We'll go
who's
Brian
going
next. We'll let Brian go next.
For pickups, I don't really have much. I got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Time Force Red Ranger.
Hell
Thought I wasn't
yes.
going to get him because I pre-ordered him.
Yeah.
He was supposed to come in like June 4th, and then Amazon said, "Sorry, delay. Got to wait until July." I was
Of
like, "What?"
course, dude. Oh my
Then-
god, trust me, I know what you feel. Oh.
But then they charged me, so I was like, "Oh, so he's coming sooner." So then I got him a little bit sooner. Love the figure. His leg articulation's really good.
Is that a new body, Brian?
Yeah, it's a different body. It's slimmer than the other ones.
It looks good.
I'm excited for it. I like that because honestly, they could have just been lazy and just keep using the same Ranger. Different ones. Like, Jax is a little bit different from the standard one that Billy's on, and then Time Force Red is thinner than the others. And is that it? Oh, I have the Lightning Collection Green Ranger on the way.
Nice. Oh
That's
my God.
sick. Oh wait, how much? Where'd you get it from, Brian? From that
Well,
guy? You sent?
I got him from no, I don't know. I'm not paying $35 for Green
Oh,
Ranger.
man. That was me too. You were like, check this guy out. So I PM'd him. He was like, 35. It's actually so funny. I had asked him like a week ago, and he gave me like a price. And then I asked him again. He gave me a different price. I was like, okay, bro.
Well, yeah.
Anyways,
I got it
Brian?
from what's his name? A comic figure, Eric Flores.
Nice.
He was like, hey, I saw you looking for that Green Ranger because I played it in plastic and paint. And he was like, I was sure you were looking for him. I was going to ask you if you wanted him. I was like, oh, okay. How much do you want for him? He said 30. I was like, oh no, not again. but then he said, nah, I'm just playing. I'll send it to you. I was like, what? Free?
oh, really?
Oh,
That's
this
sick.
man.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
This man getting that Alex luck.
Then I thought I was getting the White Ranger today from Walmart, but they canceled my order, so I guess I'm not getting him.
What?
Yeah.
That's so
Walmart's-
bummy, dude.
yeah,
Walmart.
bummy.
Oh my gosh, they do that to me too. I ordered a set one there, like a Lego set one time there. They said, "Cool, we have your item. It's ready for pickup." Bro, I went there. They had no such thing. I checked my item, then I checked my thing, and then they canceled it after they told me it was ready for pickup. I was so shit.
Walmart's.
Oh.
Yeah. Ugh.
I forgot. I got the Lightning Collection Dragon Shield Black Ranger from.
Nice. You are on your Power Rangers.
That was a struggle.
Love it.
Like,
Yeah, Brian.
it's easier to get them. All right, so like, I wasn't gonna get him because like I'm not a big Mighty Morphin fan.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, I kind of want him because I like the Mighty Morphin black suit, and like the Dragon Shield gives you a power up, so you like be more powerful for shots. And he's a black guy, so I kind of want him. So then I went to like 3 different Walgreens in my area, didn't see him. Another 2, so it took me like 5 different Walgreens to finally find him.
Oh, dude, that's so frustrating. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've been on the lookout for you before you found him. Obviously, you were saying you were looking for him, bro. I scoured every Walgreens near me. No Black Ranger in sight.
I didn't even know Lightning Collection was at Walgreens. That's good to know.
Yeah, he's the only exclusive they've done for Walgreens.
Can we just talk about how Walgreens used to be like the best spot to go for like a lot of Legends and exclusives, and now I never step foot in it because they never update their stock ever.
Yep, 100%. Like literally, when I think the peak of Walgreens before they just never updated their stock was like right at one. It was the peak when like Neymar and like the Yellow Suit Daredevil were coming out. But also, even the Fantastic Four, at least in my area, I did see at a couple stores around me. It wasn't amazing.
That's
but
true.
I feel like that was the last good point where Walgreens was like actually putting new stock in. And now, if Marvel Legends aren't selling there, which they're not because they're just old figures and outdated, then they're never getting new stock in, and it's horrible.
And we're never going to get new exclusives, and it's just so.
I can't trust any Walgreens in my area. They're so up and down.
Yep. The only reason I go to Walgreens is for mini mates and like stuff other stuff I need. Like I'll go to the Marvel Legends section, but I never get anything because there's nothing there to get. Like it still has the Civil War wave for me at least. Like that, the Sharon Carter and let's see who else.
Mine has the Doctor Strange wave a ton.
Oh, Doctor Strange wave, yeah. Trying to think of who else, and then
I'll go there for like minifigs and like mini mates, but besides that, dude, it's like minifigure packs. But like besides that, dude, I have not seen a new Walgreens in years.
Oh, my Walgreens is so up and down. Like I have like 3 or 4 in my area. They're so up and down. Like the Fantastic Four, I could find them pretty easily at different Walgreens, but it seems like ever since that Namor came out, like they've been so on and off because I could still find like 5 Namors at one Walgreens.
Yep.
So it's just frustrating seeing Namor and Medusa fill the pegs, and there's so many more new Legends coming out.
Yep.
It's so true, man. I think the last figure that like was a Walgreens exclusive that I looked for that I found there was the Silver Surfer. I got the thing too, but I think it was.
I never saw him. I never saw Silver Surfer in my area.
I saw him one time.
I never did either, Brian. And But I found the rest of them because I found Invisible One in my area, and then I'm like this guy that's like an hour away from me in the middle of nowhere, like literally desert town called Fernley, was like, hey, I have all these figures, and they're like, he had a Facebook post, and they were up on his wall, and he had like Chameleon and Reed Richards. I was like, okay. Or no, it was Human Torch. And so I was like, okay, I'll drive out there. And I drove out there, and like 5 minutes away from his house, he was like, oh, I can't meet. Like something happened last night, blah, blah, blah. It's like, damn. And I was so upset because it's like, it's like an hour and a half drive. So I'm going back, and I see a Walgreens, and I go in, and I'm like, this guy's got these figures. I wonder where he got them from. So I go in the Walgreens, and yeah, they had Human Torch and Reed Richards. And then later I found
nice.
Thing. I ordered him off Walgreens when he dropped. So I ended up getting the whole wave. But it's just crazy.
That thing figure is so good, dude. That Walgreens thing.
So good. All right.
Did you get that one? Did you get that one? Did you get that one, Brian?
Yeah, the thing, yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I know I'm always looking at your shots. I'm just trying to remember. Like that's how it is. We all have so many different figures that I'm always like, wait, which person had which one?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That happens a lot. Like when I look at Alex's stuff and he'll be talking, I'm like, wait, you have that figure? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I don't remember you shooting.
And it's so funny because I do the same thing, but then he remembers like everything I have most of the time.
Yeah,
or the only time it's something different is like he'll be like, wait, you don't have this? Like I thought you had this.
Well,
And
no,
I'm like,
he remembers
no, I've
everything
never
I
owned that.
have, and will always be like, "You're not shooting this figure or this figure or
That's
this figure."
true
I'm like,
though. 'Cause
I'm
I
like,
mean, here's the
whoa.
thing: we used to always dog on Aiden for not shooting, and then Alex has gone on the biggest drought ever.
Ever, yeah.
Up
This
until
is
Yeah.
yesterday.
some days are
Tuesday.
tough.
Yesterday, say
Yep,
yesterday he
yep.
put out some fire.
Yep, I
Yeah,
think
it
it
was
was
super
literally
fire.
because I think it was because I told him he would not shoot it for a year, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna shoot today."
Yeah, that's
I'm so
sick. Dude. That
happy.
Gene Brain, man. He just added me into that figure collectors kingdom or whatever group. I ain't gonna say the name, but you know what I'm talking about. And he's like,
Oh, the
people
F
always
group?
are,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, people are always throwing up Jean Greys or whatever. I'm like, I need that because I do not. I mean, I would like that Cyclops and Wolverine, but I don't need it. I need a Jean Grey. I don't need another
Yeah,
Cyclops and another
exactly.
Wolverine. Much as I would love a jacketed Cyclops.
So
My
good.
GameStop has that 3-pack. I just never picked it up
Yeah,
It's
because
so
I actually
expensive,
that's so
man.
funny because I just went to my GameStop and they had that 3-pack and the Havoc and Polaris pack. I
yeah,
think.
they have that one too.
It's
I was like,
like over
ooh.
$70 at GameStop.
I know it's crazy, dude. I
GameStop
think
sucks.
I got
I
mine
think mine had still
from.
have like 60.
Oh, where did I get mine? I think
Oh,
I got
you're
mine
lucky.
from Best Buy when they had that huge sale. I got it for like 40 or
Ooh,
something, or like 45. I got it really
What?
cheap. Yeah,
nice.
because
When was
it
that?
was when they were like basically all the 80th anniversary figures were on sale. So I ended up getting like
Oh,
the
I remember
yeah,
that.
the Hulk
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine 2-pack for like $30. The same with the other, oh my god, what's the other two? Oh, Juggernaut Colossus, and then the Love Triangle 3-pack for
Oh,
like way
I
cheaper.
tried. None of mine had them.
I was just
Suck.
playing Marvel and just pick up or catch up at that
Oh,
point
so like
because I was
how good is you guys' how good is you guys' Best Buy? Because mine are pretty good.
Dude,
mine are
mine are cool.
fair. Like for example, mine are really good with Black Series. They're meh with Legends. Like they barely
That's
have Legends
true.
that are new, but my Black Series like are always the newest waves. For like they're not like the best figures in the wave. You know, I don't get like the most like for example, right now there is like the new X-wing pilot Luke, and I have the old one, so I'm not gonna probably pick up the new one. So like that's a good figure from a new wave, and I think
Do you
they
mean
had
the
like
like
one or
snow
two
speeder
other ones.
Luke?
Yeah, the Snowspeeder Luke. But I'm just, like it's current, but it's nothing I'm super in search of. It's not anything that's come out that's like I'm like, whoa, I need this. So like they have good selection. Basically, is the point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what mine is kind of. I saw the IG-88, IG-11 or whatever there, and I almost picked it up, but I didn't.
Yep, seen that as well.
But they normally are pretty good with Black Series. Dude, their Legends section is nothing.
Yeah,
It's only
mine's always pretty bad.
Silver Samurais and
Yep,
Alpha
yep.
Alpha Flight Cyclops or whatever that is.
Oh, Silver Samurais. I need.
Mine are always that wave, that like
Please don't.
I'll go
vintage
looking
wave.
again if you want one, Brian. I'll go looking.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Brian, do you get anything else?
Oh no, that's it for pickups.
All right, I'll try to speed through this a little bit because I got quite a
Then
little
we can
list.
cruise through binges after that.
Yep.
Well,
So, I picked up, finally, I've wanted this figure for so long, and I haven't shot it yet, only because I just keep it on my desk for posing practice, but I picked up the SH Figure Arts Civil War Black Panther. I just love this suit, and I know Finn feels the same way. I think it's the better of the two in terms of the movie suit versus the Civil War suit. I just love the sculpted designs more. The helmet design specifically is 10 times better in my opinion, and I think this figure is amazing. I'm holding him right now. I love him.
Totally agree, dude. That
So
helmet
good.
is Black Panther helmet is so doo doo in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
it looks awful compared to the Civil War one.
Yeah, I just don't like the ears on it. I feel like that's what throws it off. And the eyes are like way wider.
It's
I
like the
really
eyes
love-
and the nose part is what
Yeah,
bothers me.
I
It's
really
like the
love
weird
the
line
Civil War
over the
design.
nose.
I mean, again, I still like the Infinity War / Black Panther movie design, but in terms of like aesthetically pleasing, which I like more too, it's definitely the Black Panther Civil War suit. But yeah, so I picked up him. Then I got a couple Legends. I got the Ant-Man 2-pack, the one with Ant-Man and Stinger, Scott Lang and Cassie Lang, which literally almost the only reason I got that was for the head sculpt, because it was like $35 on Amazon. I was like, okay, this is probably the cheapest I'm going to find the 2-pack itself. So I got it. And honestly, I really like the Scott Lang suit. I think it looks really good. I've seen Brandon do a lot of work, good work with it, and I think it's pretty, it fits into a lot of like the classic Avengers team in terms of color-wise as well. So I'll probably end up using it, but that head sculpt on the vintage wave Ant-Man I think it's the best Ant-Man figure out there. I mean, and it's crazy too, because that Ant-Man has butterfly joints in his arms, which is better articulation than we get with a lot of figures, and he looks incredible. So I'm super happy about that. I picked up the leader figure and the Black Widow figure. The Black Widow's the white one that just comes single. You know how there's like the gray and then the white one, not the movie one, but the
Yeah, I know what you're
Secret
talking about.
Origin, Deadly Origin.
yeah, the Deadly Origins one. So I picked up her, and I think Marvel Legends really did well with the this like the the little smoking gun effects. I love that, and the bullets. Not the bullets, the bullet effects. I think they really did a great job with that figure. The only bummer, she doesn't come with extra hands. And then the leader figure, which was ironic because I'll talk about in binges, but I've been watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I was watching a leader episode that day. And I went to Target because I just needed some other stuff, and I was like, I'll go look at figures. And I found the leader action figure, which I had never seen in the wild. So I picked him up, and I don't think any of you guys have him, but he comes with no extra hands and just one Build-A-Figure piece. It's literally him and the Build-A-Figure piece, which I think is the biggest annoying
That is
waste
super
of
annoying.
a figure. Like, it is so bad. But, I mean, the figure looks great. It's a classic costume. The articulation's great, but come on. You couldn't have given him, like, a blaster, like, test tubes, or, like, another head that's, like, screaming, or, like, anything else to add a little bit to the figure. Like, different hands, even. So, that was a big bummer. But I still like the figure. It's good for
The money went to the head
displays.
sculpt.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but again, figure's good. Next, I picked up the Black Series Yoda, the Empire Strikes Back like wave that they're doing. I picked up that Yoda. I haven't opened him yet because I want to do a review of him, so I'm kind of saving him until I review him. But he looks good. I knew I would never get the SHF Yoda, which honestly is like amazing, but it's a prequels look, and I love all the head sculpts it comes with. So I just wanted to get a Black Series one because I don't have a Yoda at all. And so he looks really good. I can't wait to open him. Then I picked up, like Finn was saying, McFarlane, Harry Potter, and Voldemort, which both reviews actually are up on my channel, which you guys are watching this on. But I think I actually really enjoyed both figures. I think the Voldemort's articulation is actually better than I thought it would be. His arms can't sit flush down to his body, which just annoys the heck out of me. But other than that, I mean, his elbow range and knee range and, like, the way he can look and his torso articulation is actually really good, and the soft goods robe is actually really cool, so I think he'll shoot really well. And I know me and Finn have both already shot the Harry Potter McFarlane, and I think that's a really I wouldn't say it's a great figure, but I think the sculpt is there, and I like the clothes, and although it's McFarlane's brittle style, I still think it's a good Harry Potter figure. If anyone's wanting to get one for the cheap, I got mine for like $15 and Finn got his for like $12, so they're going pretty cheap right now on Amazon and in some Targets like mine, so I'd pick those up. Then the last like main things, the main figure I got, and then just I got some little stuff, was the Mafex Infinity War Thor, which again, review up on my channel. But that figure, I think that is like one of Mafex's best figures. I don't know if you guys have like watched reviews of it, but it's amazing. I like the interchangeable parts to make him basically in every outfit from Infinity War is just, it's insane. It's so good. And all the head sculpts he comes with, the lightning effects, Stormbreaker. I mean, I think they really hit a home run with that figure. Let's see.
Dude, that's so dope, man.
Yeah, that figure looks great.
I think that figure is definitely my favorite. I like in terms of
Mafex store.
Yeah, it's really good. And then last couple little things I got for displaying and stuff. But I got a lab coat and a Spider Sense effect off eBay. The Spidey Sense effect, I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he's Justin's 3D prints. He's on eBay. He does a lot of like crates and fire hydrants and just like little stuff.
How much was that?
The Spidey Sense, I think it was like God, how much was it? I'll have to
$5,
look.
whatever it was. That sounds like a good deal. If it's
No,
like
it was
over,
and also like
if it's
the
2
more you
digits,
get,
I'm like, eh.
No, it was not 2 digits. It was single digits. I just forget which value. But if you get like more than one and stuff, he actually does deals on them. So I picked up 4 crates and I got them each for like $5 each, because like the deals when they're compounded or something like that. And the same, like I only got one Spidey Sense effect, and I could have gotten more. I could have gotten like a yellow or red and some different stuff, but I chose to just get one. But yeah, he does good deals on that kind of stuff. And then the lab coats from GPS Lot, and that thing, I haven't gotten GPS Lot clothes and like certain products of his in a while. It's been like a little more than a year, I feel like. And I mean, he's updated his tailoring, because that lab coat is some of the best soft goods tailoring I've seen. And I have a lot of Mezco figures, and it's a really, like, the wiring is all throughout the cape. I love the way it fits the figures. I think it's really good. So
That's sick, dude. Good for you. I'm still using the an old Toy Biz Ock lab coat that's like really dirty, but that's all I got right now.
Yeah, I only
I
picked
haven't
up.
gotten in.
Well, Alex doesn't either, and Alex is because I haven't seen him do it in a while, but he was like the master of kit bashing for a while. He would just take apart figures and substitute them, and he used the Black Series Farm Boy Luke shirt as a lab coat and just shot from the waist up, and it looks really good. So that's a possibility to consider. And the only other things I got were just ACBA stuff. So I got like a flat light and a light table for some certain lighting, and then I got a UV light that Diego recommended for lighting lightsabers tangibly, as well as this Iron Man figure I have. So
Black light pen?
yeah, the black
I got
light.
that
That's
too.
what I meant. Yeah, you did. Yeah,
It's
dude.
hard though. It doesn't work on most lightsabers.
No, yeah, exactly. Because I literally was going through my SHF Star Wars shelf with all the lightsabers, and I was like, which one does this work with, and testing them out. And I have this pack from Noda, who did like the Avengers Mark 85 like Final Battle Iron Man with the Infinity Gauntlet on, where he's like snapping, and he made it so like the black light shows all of like the veins, like the electricity
that's
going through the
sick.
figure.
Nice.
But I've never been able to see it because I didn't own a blacklight. So immediately when Diego sent that picture in the grind, I was like, gotta cop that. And so I did, and that looks really good. So I do plan on shooting that sometime. But
Awesome.
super,
Good for you,
super
buddy.
cool. And I think the only other thing is I got those banana crates that Bug uses in all his shots. You know, like the little brown ones that you put stuff in. I got the figure that it comes with. I think it's Toxin. But yeah, so I just got 2 of those. So we'll see how those go. But
Wait, the Toy Biz Toxin?
is it Toy Biz? It might
No,
be Toy
it's
Biz.
did you get
It could be.
Tarantula?
Oh, Tarantula. That's what I meant.
Tarantula,
Sorry,
yeah.
Hey, I was like, I
Tarantula.
want that Toxin. No,
Yeah,
you got
Tarantula. Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't think I'll ever shoot him. His articulation just looks whack, but I still put him in the shelf just in case in the Spidey Villains area. You never know, because I don't think we've gotten a Tarantula from Hasbro that's been actually good yet, so.
Actually, that one actually might be Hasbro. I don't know, because that was like during the Spidey.
Well, I
concepts,
meant like a good version.
Oh, an
but
updated
I do
one?
think
Yeah,
it is
there's no
Hasbro. Yeah, there's
No,
been
you're-
no updated one. And yeah, and I think pre-orders, I know Finn, you did this too, which we can all talk about real quick, but Black Series put up their pre-orders for a couple of figures. I know I picked up 2 of the clones, or were they clones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Finn, I know
clones.
you did better. Maybe I did 3. I don't remember, but I know Finn did actually
I
better
got-
and you got some other stuff.
What did I get? I think I got 2 clones, or no, I got 2 clones and I think 3 stormtroopers. I think.
Yep, I missed out
But
on the
it's actually
Stormtroopers. I was so
it's actually
sad.
so weird. Hold on. So I totally forgot about this, but I wanted to bring this up. So I'm looking back on where I pre-ordered. So I got 2 clones and 3 stormtroopers. So I click on my order for the stormtroopers. It says it's supposed to arrive in October.
Yeah.
Let's see if it loads. It says it's still loading.
Mine
But like
was too.
basically when I clicked on it yesterday, I took me to the product page and there was like no product, like image or
'cause they're
name
gone,
or anything.
dude. They are so
yeah, they're gone.
far
They're-
No, but so like
Online.
I click on it. No, but like you know how like even you go to the I guess so. It's just so weird that it says currently unavailable and then it has no image and so I'm like that's super sketchy. Like
It's just
but then the
crazy.
clone has an image at least.
Yeah, the clone has an image for me, but that's
That
why I couldn't
clone's
order the
so good.
Stormtrooper is because it literally was just gone. Like I couldn't even find it. I was like, oh my gosh. And I will say the trick for anyone wondering, the best way to like go about when a pre-order goes up on Amazon or most websites, but mainly Amazon, is you just sort them by newest arrival and you get like what they just put up right at the top and you can pre-order right
Yeah,
before
I
they go out because it's hard.
Even know
when you
that I had
search to
searched
find it.
hours.
Yep.
I've done that before.
It's so hard to search because
That's
I
smart.
learned that I think with the X-Men, one of the X-Men waves, I think it was the one with Beast in it, and Gambit and those and Nightcrawler, and I couldn't find them anywhere I searched, and I just sorted it to newest arrivals, and all of them were at the top of my page, and I was able to pre-order them all. And so anyone wondering on how to do that, there's a little tip.
That's sick, man.
But yeah, I think that in pre-ordering, I pre-ordered the Mezco Two-Face I gave in. I want that figure for my Batman collection. He looks okay, but I really want him for the Batman collection. But
Wait,
besides
which
that,
pre-order?
the Mezco Two-Face.
Oh, sweet.
And
Yeah,
I
that was
really
amazing.
want
Nice.
to get the Mr. Freeze too, honestly, because that figure looks actually pretty cool. But I don't know how or where that pre-order is, so I'm gonna have to try to track that down. But John Wick's shipping out, I think this
Oh
week.
yeah.
And I got 2 of him incoming, which I'm super excited about because Mezco, not even just for the Mezco figure itself, but for the freaking accessories. If you guys have seen the crate of weapons he comes with, like this is PX Punisher level weapons and accessories. So I'm super excited about that. That figure looks really cool. But that's it. We can go into binges, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Right.
Binges.
you said you got 2 John Wicks, Aiden.
Yes, I do, Brian.
Well,
But
Wait, why?
well, because it's the same because when I got them, I actually accidentally did it because the way Mezco works is really weird. How like their website works when you do pre-orders, because I don't know if you guys have ever pre-ordered from them, but like it is an insane process, especially for a figure like John Wick or like their Batmans or anyone that's like super fast. Like the website crashes and you don't know if your order's gone through or not, and like it is insane. So I actually ended up accidentally ordering it twice, but one of them paid in full because it was a PayPal charge and the other was a credit card. So I still have to pay for the next one coming, but other than that I'll have two. And so far it looks like the John Wicks are going like in the 200s range. So if I sell it, I'll make my money back, and I probably will because there's no point in having a second at all.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so
quick question, Aiden. You asked us if we knew about Mezco's pre-ordering process. Do me or Brian look like we would know much about pre-ordering many Mezcos?
I know that's very true. Very, very true.
I've only held one. I've only held one. I won. Yeah, I won the Tiger Stripe Wolverine and a raffle for Bug, but I didn't want it, so I sold it.
Oh, that's sick. Dude, you haven't got the second one you won out of those?
Yeah, I've only won 2. I won the Mayfix Spider-Man. I won the Mayfix Spider-Man, and then like a Wolverine lot he had.
I entered one and lost, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't do it, dude.
Aiden, which one did you enter in?
Oh my god, dude, I'm trying to remember.
I know which one it was for me. It was I think it was his first one, actually. It was one of his first ones. It was the Mezco Batman Beyond.
Ooh.
And I bought one slot, and I didn't win, and I was like, never again.
Dude, I'm literally going to look that up right now. Someone talk about their binges, but I need to know. Because he put me in a group chat, and I want to know what the heck it was. Because I was so excited for it. I wanted it so badly. I did not get it.
Let me get my binges out of here. Or Brian, do you want to go? No, you go first.
I was only going to say that I only enter those raffles if it's like an import now. Because nowadays...
Oh, I know what it was.
Nowadays,
find some stuff like online. Like I can find like import. I mean, not import. I can find like Legends or Black Series stuff. But like when that Hush Batman comes out, I might have to enter one of his raffles.
Yeah, the three of us, me, Aiden, and Alex, all have it pre-ordered. Actually, I'm gonna give a quick shout out. I have it with my boy Gil from a Black Hole Comic Shop or whatever. He helped me get the Mayfix Spidey this year, and he's super good about doing like payment plans and stuff. So if any of you guys are trying to pre-order that, and he's trusted seller. He's a really nice guy. So if you're like still trying to get that figure, I don't know if he has any still.
I can do my binges. I want the black.
Yeah, okay,
one.
Brian, hit it.
Also, I can do my binges.
Right before binges, I'm just saying it was the Pink Rumble Society 3-pack. That's the one.
Yeah.
I wanted it so badly because it was so cheap, you know. Like you only pay like $7.
Yeah,
I was like, dude,
if I could get those figures out of principle.
They're so expensive, it's unreal. I love the look of them, but they're insanely overpriced.
Ridiculous, dude. It's so stupid.
But
okay,
right, let's go into binges.
Brian, give it to us.
Binging. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I was binging Spider-Man the Animated Series. That show is great.
Good, man. Hey, what's better, TAS or Spectacular?
So upon rewatch, it's still Spectacular Spider-Man. Like,
yeah.
I love Spider-Man the Animated Series. It got me into the character. That's how I know most of these characters in the first place. But like rewatching it, it's a lot of reused footage. So like, and it's it's easy to spot. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
for sure.
And like some of the characters are like, oh, yeah, it's great though. Christopher Daniel Barnes kills it as Spider-Man. And what else has been? Well, I've been watching Clone Wars. Again.
Nice. Oh, have you seen the last season? You saw it, right, Brian?
Oh,
yeah. I think.
Yeah, I love the last season. Yeah, we talked about it.
God, that show, man, so good.
I was binging Gargoyles for a little bit, but that show's kind of a slow burn, so I took a break from it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, binge. But me and my family, we watched all the Star Wars films in order for the first time.
Yes.
And,
wait, like
not for like
fun. The first time watching them all, but like for the first time as a family, all in order. Do you mean?
Yeah, first time all in order.
Yeah.
Well, the only one I have seen for the first time was Solo, and I loved Solo.
Honestly, it's kind of a slept on film in terms of like I do enjoy the story. I don't love him as Han Solo, you know, but it's okay. I love Lando. Yeah. I love. Oh my God, why am I blanking on? Childish Gambino. I forget his real name, but I love him as Lando Calrissian. So good.
Oh, Donald Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover. Thank you. I think he embodies the role perfectly.
Yeah, while I was watching it, I was like, I mean, this movie's called Solo, but Han might be like the least interesting part of the film. Like, if this movie was called Lando, I would have loved it.
Or like even just like oh my god, I can't talk. A backstory to like Maul's syndicate, basically, almost.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with like talking about all of like Drayden Voss and all them. Like, it is actually a really good story of like in the Star Wars universe. But there's stuff like the Kessel Run and then how Solo
we
gets
don't know
his
much about
last
them,
name.
right?
I hated both those elements of the story. That's it though. Other than that, I liked it. What do we not know much about?
We don't know much about what's it called, Crimson
The
Dawn.
Black,
Like,
yeah,
we see
Crimson.
we
Crimson
see
Dawn,
them.
no.
You see them in Clone Wars for like a split second, and then we see them in Solo. There might be a book on them. I'll have to do research.
I think there is. It's basically just Maul's crime syndicate he started when he had that idea with Savaja Press. And then he basically like took over that whole area. And then I don't know how it basically, I guess, fuzzes out, because then he's on what's the planet in Rebels when he meets Ezra, and he's like an old man, and like basically the crime syndicate's over.
Malachor?
I think it might be Malachor. But yeah, so that's I want to see what happens between Solo and Rebels to like in terms of Maul's story. So I don't know if that's been written yet or not, but yeah, it's very interesting.
That's like what, a 5 to 10 year time window? That could happen in that much time.
I think so. Exactly. So,
so that's exciting.
Yep.
And binging. Well, comics wise, I've been reading Static Shock's comics, like the original set from Milestone.
Nice.
So that's dope.
So like it's very different. It's like it's more real. It's like I love Miles Morales, but like he's just kind of like a glossy version of what people go through in the real world.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then Static is like more of a real thing, so it's pretty cool watching that.
That show was great as a kid, man.
The show was so good.
I remember the one episode they had to. Oh, is it not streaming anywhere?
I mean, but I don't have that happen.
I feel you, dude. I as a kid, I remember the one episode where it was like, I think it was like Greg, the guy who voices Beast Boy, was there. He was like one of his friends or whatever, and he was like at his friend's house, but his dad was like, the white kid's dad was like a racist, and he was like,
oh yeah,
he went home, he's like you and your stupid like racism ruined like my friendship, whatever. And that hit me so hard as a kid. I was like, no.
I saw a clip on Instagram recently. I was like, whoa, this show tackled that. You don't see that nowadays.
Ah, man, dude. Yeah, the cartoons just don't really like address stuff like that, I feel like, anymore.
Oh, and Jane's gonna be happy to hear this. It's on Netflix now. Been rewatching Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yes!
It might be my favorite show of all time. I still love it.
Dude, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen in my entire life. It's that good. I love it. That's how I always say, like, people who are like, I hate anime, which Avatar's not an anime, but people that are like, I hate anime, but are like, I love The Last Airbender. I'm like, you are a contradiction. Like, Airbender takes so much from anime, and then people don't watch it. I'm like, brother, you will like it. Just do it. Give it a chance. Avatar. I think
it depends on the anime you're watching.
Oh, for sure. No, not every anime. I'm not talking about watching like High School Girl, like book club anime. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean. Dude, that show is amazing. And you've been watching. Didn't you just finish rewatching like RPM or something like that? Or,
yeah.
Yeah,
I watched Power Rangers Time Force most of the way through. I skipped certain focus episodes because certain Rangers I didn't care about. But that was crazy because I didn't grow up with that era of Power Rangers. So like watching that again, interesting seeing how things used to be done before Disney took over and now have. And I finished RPM, great season. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh no. I have been catching up on the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comics.
Nice.
So good. Aiden, you would like them, man. They're actually really good.
I might have to, but first I got to get through my list. But then,
can we talk about how Aiden asked, is there anywhere to watch the show? Oh, why would you watch the show?
Yeah, no, the show is good, Aiden.
Is it really not that good? I just remember watching it as a kid. I know.
Watch like some key episodes, like watch like the Green Ranger episodes, watch like some of the Zed stuff. But I mean, from what I've seen, I'm not a Ranger pro or anything, but like the comics are all you need, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, we were like, just read the comics. They're way better.
Good to know.
Brian said, "Why would you watch the show?"
Like, it's just so weird because the comics are great, but I really don't like Mighty Morphin, so it's kind of a struggle to read the comics. But like they're
Why
enjoyable.
don't you like Mighty Morphin? Like, I don't understand. I love that team. It's
You have the nostalgia
so
for it,
good.
right?
So that's a long story.
But it's
We'll get to that.
literally Brian also
No, I
hates
don't have
90s
nostalgia
X-Men.
for it.
So like we gotta.
Oh,
we
yeah,
gotta
that's
Well,
weird.
now wait a
realize.
minute. I don't hate '90s X-Men. It's just not for me. Like for me,
I
my
got
X-Men is always astonishing. I'll always love astonishing X-Men.
Yeah, Astonishing's dope.
Yeah.
Can't hate. No, yeah, I feel you. I see. Mighty Morphin is like, Mighty Morphin is like my nostalgia, and and it's also so it's like that's kind of like my thing. But also, I don't really enjoy any of the Power Ranger shows that I've seen. Like as a kid, I loved them. But like trying to watch anything now, I mean, I
Yeah, it's
haven't watched it in
hard.
like a year or two. But like, I don't really enjoy any of it. But I love the comics just because I'm like it's kind of just like just good storytelling and
Yeah.
good, interesting characters. Like they really make the Mighty Morphin characters actually interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the stuff they do with Drakon is so good. That is like, oh my gosh, that is like the best thing to happen to the Power Rangers.
Like, I don't
that I've read.
I don't mind the Mighty Morphin comic team. It's just like the original show. They aren't really characters. If they are, they're super boring.
Yeah, no, they suck.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people love these characters who are just like cardboard cutouts for the most part. So I never really understood the hype because it's not from my time. So I guess I would have had to grow up with it to really love it. Like, I mean, it's not your time thing, but you just say you grew up watching it.
Yeah,
I didn't really grow up.
Same with me.
I didn't really grow up watching Mighty Morphin. I grew up watching like SPD, Jungle Fury, stuff like that.
yeah. I only watched as a kid. So as a kid, from when I was born, basically to like age like 12 is what I'm considering a kid. I watched Mighty Morphin. I watched SPD. I watched Samurai, which I remember hating. I watched.
Oh my gosh, Samurai is not good.
There was another one that I really enjoyed. I can't remember. I think I've been. Oh no, it was Dino Thunder. I loved Dino Thunder as a kid.
Oh,
dude.
Dino Thunder's great.
I had like a those like fabric tents that you can like they're like you kind of keep in like a circle and then you can like throw them out and then they're like a little tent you can like hang in as a kid.
Mhm.
I had a Dino Thunder one and I loved it. It was my jam.
I think. Well, we'll talk about it later, I guess, because we get through. But that's why I love Lightning Collection because it gives me figures I didn't really have when I was younger.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's it for binges. That's really it for binges. I think.
Dude, sick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get into mine then, Aiden. We'll let you go last. Or actually, Aiden, do you want to go and I can go last?
I don't care. It's up to
Doesn't
you, man.
matter. Okay, I'll just go then. It doesn't matter. I'll make my binges really quick since my pickups were so long. I've been playing a bunch of games, so I beat Uncharted 1 for the first time, and it was awesome. So whenever I got my
Nice.
PS4 like 4 years ago, the only game I had and could afford was Uncharted 4 because it came with it.
Yep,
So I
yep,
had never
that
played.
too. Didn't it
I
come with
had
the whole
never
collection
played an
though?
Uncharted game. No, I only got Uncharted
mine
4 because
came
I
with
got
the whole
mine
collection.
before the
Interesting.
collection came out.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'd never touched an Uncharted game before. I didn't even know what the games were, but I played the fourth one, and the fourth one was so good. I'm like, I need to play the rest of them. So then I beat Uncharted 1, which you could definitely see how Naughty Dog's grown, because that first one had a lot of doo-doo, boring parts to it.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is one of my favorite games of all time, and so I'm like, I love Naughty Dog, and Uncharted 4 is one of the most beautiful games, like, aesthetically that I've ever seen. And Uncharted 1 was amazing. Okay, not amazing. It was pretty good. And I'm really I just started the second one, so I'm really enjoying that. What else did I play? I just beat something. I can't remember what it was. But I've been playing a ton of. I stopped playing Animal Crossing for a while because I got really burnt out. But I've been playing a ton of Pokemon. Shield got the expansion pass, just came out like 2 weeks ago. So I've been playing that. I've been trying to hunt for shinies and stuff. You know, I'm a Poke boy. So I've been enjoying that, loving it. Playing Smash a lot with my. So that's been fun. Reading wise, like I said, I'm just starting to catch up on some of the Power Rangers comics. Yesterday I went to my comic shop and I got so for the Tom King run, I have volumes 1, 3, and 7. And in my local comic shop, the way my comic shop does it is they have any trades that they buy from someone, like anything that is remotely that's like not used, that's not new. I'm sorry, I cannot talk today. Anything that's like kind of used, you know what I mean? They'll just mark for $5.
Yeah.
And so I got volumes 8 and 9 from Tom King's run for $5 each, which is super dope. And so then I'm like probably gonna read through that. I got all the way up to the wedding when I read it originally, so I'm probably gonna continue reading that. And then,
Ben,
what'd you say?
what do you think about Tom King's run on Batman? I dropped it. I kind of got tired of it, but I picked up the Time run. So, like, what do you think of it?
it's very hit or miss for me. So it starts off kind of. I didn't really like all the stuff they did with like Gotham Girl or whatever that was. I didn't really enjoy that. Then they did the stuff with Bane, and I really enjoyed that. And then it kind of lost me again. And then they did the stuff with Kite Man, which I really liked. And then the wedding stuff was such a disappointment. I was just dropped off. But I heard it gets really good again.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on that.
So stupid. Basically, Aiden, they hyped up that Catwoman and Batman were going to get married for like half a year, and then they just didn't.
Wow.
They like broke it off at the end. It was so
That's
stupid.
messed.
And they advertised it as the wedding issue. And
Yeah, what makes it worse though, it's like the 50th issue of that. It was the 50th issue. It was like a midnight release or something, so people were in line waiting for it.
Yeah.
And then Marvel did their didn't like actually happen because Kitty Pryde and Colossus were supposed to get married, and then the issue like, oh no, we're not actually gonna get married. So it was just like two big fake outs in like the span of like what 2-3 months.
So stupid, dude. But besides that, I really enjoyed some of the stuff. I'm always gonna be partial to Morrison and Snyder and Capullo's run or whatever. But
Snyder and Capullo,
so good, man. But okay, the last two things I've been binging. For music wise, I'm probably gonna talk about this more next week when Alex is on because he's our resident music head. But my favorite album of the year so far, I think, is Phoebe Bridgers. Her new album is called Punisher, and it came out less than a month ago. She is like an indie, like alt rock type, like folky type artist, and she's very good. Her last album, I wasn't that into. It had a couple songs on it that I loved, but this one is just so good. It is very chill, and it's like a big vibe the whole time. It carries the same type of mood throughout the whole album, but then a couple songs like more upbeat. But it's a perfect like night driving, like try to fall asleep to album. And
okay, whoa! You try to fall asleep while you're night driving?
Night driving and falling asleep.
Times I never fall asleep when I'm driving. I'm not a fool. No, but it's like on my way home from vacation, I was riding. Obviously, I wasn't driving in the car with my family, and I like put it on, and I was just out. It was so good. But basically, every morning and every evening, I just play the album because it's like a perfect mood setter. And her vocals are amazing, but her songwriting is so interesting and unique. Where like her lyrics are just very real and very something like kind of obvious, but you wouldn't normally hear it in a normal song, so it kind of like stands out. I really definitely recommend it. I definitely give it a 5 out of 5 FPS for sure. It is called Punisher, and it is by Phoebe Bridgers. And last thing is something that came out today that I've been waiting for like 4 days is Kanye. The GOAT is back, everyone.
No.
Kendrick?
No, the other GOAT. The GOAT is back.
The other GOAT.
Not
that one.
Kanye is like my favorite. I don't think he's the greatest rapper of all time. I think that's Jay-Z, but I'll digress. Kanye is my favorite artist of all time, as all the listeners know. And he is back. He has returned with the first single from his new album, God's Country. The single is Wash Us in the Blood, and it is mesmerizing. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I don't care what anyone says. I know I'm a Kanye stan. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. Dude, it is so good. So this song leaked like a week or two ago on Yandy Leak. Some people bought it and they leaked it, and the leak sounded pretty good. It was like the beat is very skeletal, like very Yeezus sounding at the leak at this point. And I was kind of turned off a little bit, but it was cool that he was going back towards more of his Yeezus roots, which I really like. And then the actual song dropped, and they added drums, they added a hook, they added so much. They added Travis Scott. Oh my gosh, dude, this song is incredible. Holy cannoli, dude, it is so good. Like when you hear Jesus is King, which I actually thought was a great album. I think Kanye, out of all of his albums, only has 2 albums that aren't like 10 out of 10s. And that's Ye and Jesus King, and I love them both.
Love Ye.
I love them both. Like they're both like 9.5, but they're not. I think all of his other albums like perfect. You know what I mean? Those are just the 2 that I'm kind of like, not as good. Jesus King was very here. I just found God, and here's all these gospel sounding, which I love gospel, but like here's all these gospel, slower, like very obvious Christian lyrics. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna say Bible verses and Christian content, which as a Christ follower, I was like, okay, cool. But I also like Kanye music, and I wanted to hear some more like you know what I mean? Like some more like more T-Lop, Yeezus sound kind of. I don't know what I was expecting. I was looking for that. Dude, this song is like that. Like, it has the Yeezus and Life of Pablo type production style and the aggressiveness that I really like in, like, angry Kanye. But it has, like, I saw a really interesting tweet. They said it's like Yeezus if Yeezus knew what to do with all of his power or whatever. It's very interesting. So, like, the beat is very, very, like, electronic-y, what do you call it? Industrial sounding, but he has like a bunch of yelling moments and stuff, and then the lyrics are very like it's almost like it's like the political but kind of like smarter yay that I like hearing, where he's talking more about like prison reform and he's talking about like death sentence and stuff like that. So he's talking about like his interviews. He says a line where it's like they want to edit the interviews, they want to like take it to interlude or whatever, and he's like talking about like the problems of like the like music industry and then like the culture that we're living in or whatever. So good. And Travis Scott comes on for like 4 bars or whatever. Like he's kind of like hums for a little bit, and then he like delivers like 4 to 6 lines, which are really good, and he sounds amazing. That was my one critique. I wish he was on the song more because he sounds so good, and he's like a Kanye prodigy, and I'm like, oh, I love Piss on Your Grave. And so I was like, oh, yeah, more and Champions, I guess. Were they on any songs together besides those two? Oh, they were on
I don't listen to Travis. I wouldn't know.
You don't mess with Travis?
Nah.
Oh, he's so good. Okay, anyways. But yeah, everyone listen. Is it Wash? I think it might be Washed Us in the Blood. Anyways, it's like the type of it's like so he can talk about his beliefs and like what he thinks, but it also makes really good music and it sounds like relatable stuff. Like he's saying, it talks about like I don't know. He talks about like the death sentence and stuff, and he's like "Thou shalt not kill" or whatever. But it's like it sounds really profound, and I really, really enjoyed it. Brian, I really wish you listened to it.
Well, so Chris wanted me to listen to it, and I was like, I don't know. I'm cooling off on Kanye a little bit because I wasn't a huge fan of Jesus is King.
You said Chris told you to listen to it, and then I didn't hear you after that. What'd you say?
Oh yeah, Chris told me to listen to it, but I was like, I don't know. And then I kind of I've been cooling off on Kanye for a little bit, so I didn't really listen to it yet. I heard the snippet, and I was like, oh, it's fine. It was like a super short snippet though. I was like, it's fine. Yeah. So I guess I listened to the song.
Respect, man, respect. Hey, I totally get it. I mean, I kind of. I don't know. I may take a little too far how much I like Kanye's music, like so I'm not expecting everyone else to like just like wait all night to hear a new song. But I'm supposed to drop on like Friday, I think, but it just dropped it. But I'm serious. If you guys like Kanye's music, I definitely give it a listen. If you don't, you may want to pass on it. I mean, I don't think it's gonna like blow your mind. I definitely think it's just as good, if not better, than the high points of Jesus King though. Like I really like it a lot. It feels like a banger, Brian. It feels like the energy it gives me is like Send It Up vibes and also kind of like On Site, but with like some like Jesus King type elements or whatever. Really good. That's
nice. I like Yeezus. Like if you're telling me he's taking it back to Yeezus, then I'm definitely gonna check it out.
It felt way more like industrial and stuff than anything on Ye or Jesus King.
Like Jesus is King kind of had, I don't know. It don't like you talk about the peaks of it. To me, it only had like 2 peaks. I like Follow God and the song with the clips. Everything else is like, eh.
You didn't like Selah?
It was all right. I haven't listened to that album in a minute.
My favorite is God Is, which is like the really sing-songy one. I don't know. I just really like that song. No, I'm serious, Brian. I think you'll enjoy it. It's very different. It feels like I mean, he has Travis Scott on it, so you can kind of see like feel the vibes of where it's going, but I think it's really good. I suggest anyone who likes his music give it a listen. If not, I mean, don't like hate if you hate Kanye, don't go into it expecting to like have your mind changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I
like at this point, if you're trying to change your opinion on Kanye, you're kind of like too late. Like he is what he is now.
That's true. People are like, yo, he's like, I mean, the whole slavery thing. I mean, we've gone past that, but if you still are like I know Diego hates him. I know all these people hate him. And so I try not to post too much stuff on my Facebook or whatever because it bothers people. But I'm like, if you're not going to have your mind changed, so I mean, he's not doing anything different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know. I think it sounds great, though. I love it.
Aiden, would you like to talk about Kanye?
Dude.
Yeah, Aiden loves him, dude.
Aiden loves rap. Like, he's a genius, man.
Actually, I am less than you guys. I do enjoy some. It's hard to get past the whole Kanye as a person type of like supporting, type of thing for at least like me, but I recognize him as a great artist for sure.
That's
His
understandable.
music doesn't connect to me as much as it does to others.
Sense. Honestly, Aiden, you know what? I just respect you even gave him a chance.
Yeah, I respect that.
That's all I ask. I just ask that people look past the VMAs and the TMZ.
The VMAs.
Wait, the VMAs is Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah.
That
Dude,
was
what'd you say?
around here.
Dude, one of my best friends in the world. Our relationship is so like happy. We have no beef with each other over everything. We never fight. The one point of contention we have, his name is Joey. One point of contention we have is that he is a Taylor Swift stan, and I'm a Kanye stan, and so it's like that is the only time we ever have tension is whenever he brings up the VMAs, and he's like, "Ugh, Kanye is the biggest piece of crap ever." I'm like, "Hey, take that back."
That moment is legendary. It's like how
I love it. He hates it. He's like, "That's the rudest thing ever."
But I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Aiden binges, and then we got to move on.
Yep. Right before binges, though, I do want to talk about one thing, and it's that both of these two amazing gentlemen on the podcast were featured today by Articulated Comic Book Art for
I just saw that.
Oh, really, Brian? You were featured?
Right back to back as well. So,
Aiden, you were Rangers.
Congrats.
Aiden, shout out to Aiden.
For loving on us, making us feel loved. Wait, where's your shot, Brian?
It's the Power Rangers shot.
I didn't think the shot was going to get featured.
Oh, wait, it just popped up. Hold on. Team Up Tuesday, Vocabulary. Yo, someone explain to me how mine is a team up. Just question.
I got to see.
That is. Well, I guess they're teaming up against Iron Man. That makes sense. It is a little confusing. I didn't even think
Dude,
of that.
I've gotten one, two. I got featured like 4 times in June, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah, I did see this. Yeah. That's not really a team up.
You're telling me, bro. You're telling me. But hold on, I've been getting featured a ton by ACBA just on their Instagram. Whoever runs their Instagram must really like me. Since the June 7th, oh, thanks, bro. Oh, Brian, you're such a nice. You're always building me up, bro. Wait, hold on. In June, I've been 5 times, if we're counting the October. There's no reason for me to be featured that much. Like, for example, like in no,
exactly.
That's right there with it. That's you guys.
Nah,
what'd you say, Brian?
You're a goat. You know.
My gosh, guys, gonna make me blush. Thank you.
Stop. This is why I don't pay compliments. I swear.
Wait, why? I appreciate that.
We shouldn't build him up too much now.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a humble king. Hopefully. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, that means a lot. Thank you. Okay, Aiden, binges now.
Binges. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have been on quite the... We'll start with comics first. A while ago, which we've talked about on the podcast many times, I think, Alex and Finn made me a list of basically the essential comics I needed to watch. Like this, or not watch, read. Just the stuff that I needed to play catch-up on, the stuff that I needed to kind of get into the sphere of. And so... I'm not going to rattle them off right now, but I was slowly working on them, and then over quarantine, actually basically this past week, I just hit complete turbo and wanted to get as far along as I could. And so every day I've tried to read a book or at least get somewhat through a book. So I'll just talk about the ones I've read. So I read first Kraven's Last Hunt, which I really, really, really liked. I could see where the ending was going, like kind of after Spidey came back, and it was just a really good book, and I really loved the way it was written. I love some of the art. I loved kind of the whole like Kraven story of why he does what he does. And so I really, really, really enjoyed the book. So anyone, you should read that book if you haven't. Obviously, I think most comic goers have. Next, I read Daredevil Born Again, which I really, really liked. I loved Daredevil Born Again. I consider Daredevil my favorite superhero, so that's, I think, why I loved it so much. And I could definitely see where the inspiration for Season 3 of the Netflix show comes from, because obviously a lot of those story elements are in the last season of the Netflix show, so I really, really, really loved that. I thought that was excellent. I was gonna read Dark Phoenix Saga because Infinity Gauntlet and Civil War weren't on the comic website that I go to, so I was like, I'll just read Dark Phoenix Saga and then go pick up them. But I ended up not, because I kind of got in a Batman mood because I watched The Dark Knight. So I ended up reading Batman Year One, which was again excellent. I really liked it. I had seen some of the elements. I don't know if I had read some of the pages or seen some of the artwork before, or maybe started Batman Year One at one point, or I don't know what. And also I think a lot of Batman Year One, also a lot of the story elements I had seen in Mask of the is it Mask of the Phantasm, the Batman animated series movie? Yeah, some of the story elements
movie.
are in there of Batman's
Phenomenal
origin.
movie.
Phenomenal movie. Completely agree.
Have you
What, Brian?
animated Year One?
I was about to say it, Brian.
No,
Aiden,
I
you
have not.
to.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
It's
Okay.
really accurate, dude. Who is it?
For sure.
Dude, what's his name? Breaking Bad. Bryan Cranston voices Commissioner Gordon. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then
Who does Batman?
guy
Really
who-
good.
It's
the
not
guy who
Batman
plays-
Begins.
Yeah,
Okay.
the guy who plays Commissioner Gordon on Gotham voices Bat. So weird.
Oh, interesting.
He's
We'll
really
also
good.
have to watch it for sure, because I'm very interested in it. But yeah, so that was a really good book. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and then I feel like I'm missing, honestly, one that I read in between all these, because I feel like there was another one, but I can't think of it at the moment. But next up on my docket is Batman Hush. It's already pulled up. I've already started reading like the first page. I still got to finish it. I took a break because I was getting so into Batman. I wanted to take a break, so I was very much in the Marvel sphere, because I'll talk about what I've been watching real quick right after I talk about what else I picked up. But I also got Infinity Gauntlet, the actual like the hard copy, not reading it online. So I'm really excited to open that. That should take me like less than a day, very quick to do, but that looks really good. I tried to get Civil War, but I could not find like the actual big book of like the whole thing anywhere in my comic shop. So I'm gonna have to either get that off Amazon or go to another comic store, because I could not find it in mine.
Really?
You're not missing much.
I found.
Hey,
all-
Brian, don't you dare! Don't you dare! I'm dead serious. You better watch it.
Joking. That was a joke.
I found all like the the individual issues of like the X-Men, Black Panther, like all those, but I couldn't find like the actual big book that had it all together. So I definitely need to find
It should
that.
only be like $10-15 on Amazon.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Like
No,
only
it might be more.
15-20
No
maybe,
way.
but
Hold on.
I
I need
feel
to
like it's
find
border
that
on the 15 range if I had to guess.
If it's a Marvel trade,
Dude,
those are a little pricey.
Yeah. There's no
Really?
way.
That's like the most famous comic event Marvel's done since Infinity Gauntlet, if
Yeah.
not more famous. Like
My Barnes and
Isn't it
Noble
more
has
than one issue? Like,
omnibus
isn't it
of it.
quite a lot all together?
it's like 6 issues.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were talking about all the tie-ins,
Yeah, all the time. So like, for example, like Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them. Because there's
Civil War's like what, 8 issues? No, it's
I
probably
think
more
it's
than
six or
6
7.
I think it's
Yeah.
7. It looks like it's 7. Because yeah, it looks like there's 7 separate issues, and each of them it looks like are like $20. So we'll see how that goes. But point being, not like the main issue, but with all the tie-ins. But point being, I tried to look for that, didn't get it, and I ended up getting Detective Comics Batman, the huge collection of basically all the essential Batman, like individual issues. Like the first appearances of a lot of classic villains. I think Death in the Family's in there. So
Nice.
there's quite a bit in there. So that's more of like a perusing, just like whenever I have free time reading, an issue or two out of that. It's not like a whole story. So, but yeah. And so what I've been watching in terms of TV that's gotten me really inspired to shoot classic Marvel stuff is I've been binging Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which in my mind is I don't want to say the best Marvel cartoon because it's not true, but it's really up there. I feel like it's definitely top 3 if not
It's top 2.
I think it's top 2,
for
right?
sure.
I think it beats X-Men the Animated Series only because I think certain aspects of the X-Men the Animated Series are better, like the Dark Phoenix storyline, and like it tackles a lot of great stuff, but I think in terms of just cohesive story in each episode being good, I think oh my god, EMH does a better job for sure.
and also
Controversial
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah,
I don't even think X-Men the Animated Series is the best X-Men cartoon. I think Wolverine and the X-Men is better.
I probably agree. I mean,
I haven't seen Wolverine and the X-Men, and I like X-Men the Animated Series, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's amazing. And that last season's garbage.
Wow.
Yeah, Wolverine the X-Men's amazing. I just think X-Men the animated series had a couple good arcs, but it cut so many corners in so many areas. You know what I mean? And it's like it's way too long.
Yep.
Filler is annoying. It's like
for sure. And I mean, if you watch, like, I hadn't seen Earth's Mightiest Heroes ever. I'd seen maybe like an episode off of YouTube when Alex and Finn first told me it, so I've been watching from season 1 on. And it is a little confusing because I will say that first season, specifically like the first half of the season, it jumps around quite a bit. Like, you have to look up the chronological order, which I didn't do because it goes from the prison breakout and then it does all the backstories of like each team member, and then it goes to like it just jumps around and like each backstory and each like team coming together and stuff. So it's a little hard to follow at first, but now I've come to the point where the Skrull invasion has started, and I'm like, I'm so excited. Especially because I haven't opened, which I know Finn and Alex will kill me, but I haven't opened at all, the Super Skrull wave. And
I still need that wave.
I haven't opened. I have all of them, and I haven't opened.
I have Doom, and that's it.
I have Doom. I've opened Doom. That's it. That's the only figure I've opened. I still have She-Hulk and the whole classic Fantastic Four team on ice. I did take out the Skrull heads from that Thing figure yesterday and plopped them on a Cap and Iron Man body, and just that look. And I did shoot it, but I don't think I'm going to post it. But that look is amazing. Oh, my God. It's so cool to see the Skrulls on, like, the classic Avenger bodies in figure form. But, yeah, so starting that and just watching EMH has like really gotten me inspired for like to do more Avengers shots, more team shots. That's why I've been shooting Wasp, trying to get the Ant-Man looking classic mini mates. Like it's been a very good inspiration, that plus the comics I'm reading. So I'm feeling very good about shooting, and I've been doing it quite a bit. So yeah, good stuff. And I think that's really it for my binges.
Aiden, yes. You need to rewatch. I know you've been trying to, but you need to rewatch Spectacular, bro.
I know, and I also need to rewatch Batman the Animated Series, but both are not available on any streaming platform. So
Aiden,
I just have to buy them.
I'll give you the login to my Voodoo account. I have all of Batman the Animated Series on there.
Isn't Batman the Animated Series on DC Universe?
Yeah, but we don't have that, bro.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I don't, because that's Titans is on DC.
Aiden was about to say we ain't rich, but that he had to retract.
Buying 2 John Wicks. I'll put you in a different class bracket.
Yeah, I did have to retract that statement, but I will say, what was I actually gonna say? How do you get what is DC Universe just a streaming, another streaming thing?
It's it's actually a really great streaming service. It's just like extra, you know what I mean? I had it for 6 months, and I really enjoyed it. Like especially when you want to go on like a DC kick, like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just to pay for all year round.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Yeah, but I do want to start because Batman the Animated Series used to be free on Amazon Prime, but they took it off. No idea why. So I couldn't watch that anymore. And then Spectacular I've been never able to find. So I need to
can't find that anywhere.
DVDs
no,
probably.
It's never streaming. Well, it's because all the rights are tied up with everything.
Yeah, I know. I just wish, man, if Disney Plus got that, I would thank heaven. Oh, I'd be so happy because they have all their crappy Spidey shows on there.
Yeah, I know, dude. Aiden, so if you don't end up getting DC Universe, which if you do, text me because I want to get that login. If you don't end up getting it, text me because I'll hook you up.
I got you. All right, but anyway, so that's, I've been very much inspired to shoot ACBA stuff, especially with, we'll talk about very quickly, but Summer Shots is here. Started. So we're going to be seeing all the people listening as well as us participating in each theme, and then also we got PK around the corner, I can't talk, as well as the World Tournament.
They're doing PK? I thought they were doing World Tournament.
I think they're doing both. I know World Tournament's happening
wait, what's the difference?
In the fall. So World Tournament's the video. So you basically video your display with music and kind of like make almost like a movie out of it. And then PK is just displaying. It's like photos, only photos. So that's the main difference between the two.
You ever want to do the video part? Wait, is it like different shots to like make a story, or is it just like your display? It's like you like go through it with a camera.
Yeah, and you go through with the camera. So like you have to have like everything built up, all the props like complete. Like so like how when you're just you're shooting. I do this sometimes where you can just have one floor and one wall piece, and it looks like it's a whole set, but it's actually just really nothing. It's all in the focus. But you have to build out your diorama basically with props everywhere and figures in spaces where you normally wouldn't shoot them, to like kind of show like this is a whole scene basically. So that's the World Tournament, which I don't think has happened since like 2016.
I can't do the World Tournament. I can't shoot video.
World Tournament, bro.
I'm doing the World Tournament 100%.
My video skills are fire. But like I do.
Yeah, I'm doing PK. I'm excited for PK.
Oh God, dude!
I got a free entry to PK because of October, which is super nice.
Finn grinded October. Oh my
Thank
god,
you.
amazing.
I had a post every day, 31 days.
Yep.
He really did.
I did. I think like probably 10, maybe 11 days. I feel like maybe a little more, but I didn't. I respect Finn's grind on that because that was
Aw,
crazy.
thanks, guys. I
was
worked
crazy,
really
yeah.
hard. There was a lot of nights I stayed up working. So I really appreciate the love, guys.
I think I posted like 8 days. I was going through a really bad creative slump, so I was kind of like forcing out some shots.
Brian, we all go through those, man. It's okay. No pressure either way, man.
No,
It's
dude.
also
I
we
literally
didn't
was
find
just on
out
a huge
until
stunt phase.
June.
Hmm?
That's crazy that we didn't find out till June.
Oh, about October, yeah.
Yo,
It's
yeah,
okay
yeah.
though, but yeah, it was definitely. I know because me and Finn both were always hustling all the admins and mods. Like I know because I posted about it in PNP. Finn would ask. We were always like, when are the prizes coming? So it's happy that that's done because PK. I mean that was done and out pretty quick once the competition was over. I mean they scored within like a week and a half maybe, and then immediately after scoring, I feel like the shipments like were just out. And so that was cool.
Dude, yeah. Dude, I totally forgot. I'm supposed to get like $15 and like BBTS credit, but I haven't looked. I don't even know if I got it yet. We're gonna see.
Interesting. Ooh. What are you gonna you thinking about? What
I don't
you're
know.
gonna get with that?
I think I might
More
get
of a discount rather than a free anything.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it was like I could get 15 and I got 15 in the PK submission, or I could just get 25, I think, but I'd much rather have the PK submission pick.
Obviously.
Dude, I think I might get Commander Bly if it's still up because I'll never see it.
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
I forgot my pickups. I got that Stormtrooper Commander or whatever from Unleashed. Dude, I walked into my GameStop. They had that and they had 3 battle droids, and I didn't even know that Stormtrooper existed. I didn't even know it was coming out, and so I just brought it up. I was like, okay, I want this. I brought it up to the counter. The guy goes, "What is that?" I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know this was out. He goes, brother, I've never seen that until right now. I'm like, yeah, I will never see this again.
Yeah,
I posted on my story when I got home. I had 6 different people be like, yo, can I buy that off you? I've not seen that. I'm looking for it. It's like Black Series sucks, dude.
Yeah, their
anything.
distribution is quite bad.
It's Friday. It's hit or miss.
I've never
when
seen
it
the
comes to
Mandalorian, and I want him so badly because I'm not. I had that SHF Mandalorian on pre-order, and after seeing all the reviews, I just let that thing expire because there's no way I'm playing for such a doo-doo figure. So
Get the
bad.
Mafex one.
Oh, I pre-ordered the Mafex one already. But
Hey.
but the damn SHF, both of them are just awful, so I'm not gonna be picking those up. But I might get the child. But point being, I think that's binges, right? I think we're good with that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we have any toy news or screen time.
Hey, I have a little bit of toy news. A little bit. And I know you're gonna want to talk
There
about it.
is toy news.
There's definitely toy news. We got some cool stuff. First of all, talking about Finn's favorite, Mafex Hush.
Yes!
We got that man
XR.
put it on pre-order. So super hyped about that. You know, Mafex is dishing out all of the Hush basic. Well, not all. We got Superman, both Batmans, black and blue, and then we have the Hush, and I think that's it.
Catwoman.
Yep, Catwoman.
Ooh,
And that's
that
it.
Catwoman looks great. So excited for her.
Yep.
That's my favorite
Perfect.
Catwoman design. Giant. I just love big. Like for Spider-Man, my favorite Spider-Man is giant eyes. I love the big goggles look. I don't know. I think it's so like it's like very anime-ish, like very stylized look.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And whenever you finish Hush, you're gonna pre-order it.
I'll probably pre-order every single. Well, I already have Superman and both Batmans pre-ordered, so I'll probably end up getting Catwoman and Hush. I'm gonna probably have to.
Hopefully they do Nightwing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh, dude, a Mafex Nightwing I would get within the first like minute.
I think I'd buy it.
Oh my god, I can imagine it already. But
And
anyway,
I
so
never get effect, dude. But like, I need a good Nightwing so bad, and we've never gotten a good one, basically, except for like icons. So
yep,
Yeah.
facts.
might just have to happen.
Yep. So the next, I guess, kind of little thing is we got the which we didn't talk about last episode, which we should have, but the McFarlane Spawn came out, and they're also doing a second release of it, but I don't know if it's different. But yeah, so
Because with an axe, right? The second one comes with an axe.
I think so.
Yeah.
So
And it's a Target exclusive.
maybe.
A Target exclusive, I think.
But I mean, from what I've seen, especially if you put a cloth, coat on them, it looks like the articulation is great. The sculpt is great from McFarlane. So that's good. That's good. But it's nothing I'm gonna pick up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really interested.
Nah, I'm not in the Spawn.
I'm not a Spawn guy.
Yeah. And then another insane, amazing pre-order, but the Mafex. God, I can't talk. Mafex Spider Gwen and Spider Ham pack.
Yes.
looking great, straight out of the movie. Love the head sculpt for Spider-Gwen. Love the accessories. Little Spider-Ham looking good. It looks like he's articulated at the head and arms, as far as we can tell. So that's pretty awesome that we got that. How you both feeling about that?
So excited for that.
I
Good stuff.
want it and I'm excited for it, but I'm not gonna get it, man. It's so like I have
want
to
it.
really choose. I haven't even gotten a Mezco. So like I feel like I have to get a Mezco before I get a Spider-Gwen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I want the Spider-Man and Miles. Those look specifically Miles. Miles is
I
just
want that Miles,
god
dude.
tier.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
It's gonna
find a way to
break.
get all 3 of them. I'm gonna find a way to get all 3.
I will definitely have to get all 3.
That Miles is gonna snap so many times for people, dude. If people broke the
Hey, you
Mayfex
never
comic
know.
Spider-Man as many times,
Yeah, I mean,
What?
Mayfex is getting better. I will say that 3. I know.
Didn't you
I
just break a
broke
figure?
I just broke one of the Mayfex figures. But to be fair, that figure's actually quite
definitely
old
are.
in terms of their in terms of their newer figures. Like I haven't broken one of their
they are
newer
getting
figures,
better.
but they are getting
Finn,
better.
But Miles
Yeah.
is so small.
You can't put that energy out there, Finn. You gotta put positive energy
Yeah,
out there.
they're good. Okay, Finn, they're just.
You're right, guys.
So just talking.
But I will
NECA
say,
oh no,
I am
Yeah,
worried
Finn,
about it for being that small because Miles is pretty small, so like I am a little worried
Yeah,
that she's a little
I don't
smaller.
know.
So I'm kind of worried about it.
those wrist pegs are gonna give people a really hard time.
Yeah, I did a video comparing the oh my god, I always completely mix up Mayfex and Mezco, but the Mayfex Thor versus the SHF Fat Thor and like just the pegs. Like SHF has these little tiny like ball pegs. They're basically impossible to break for the most part. They work really well.
Yeah.
And Mayfex's are like long and thin and so easy to snap compared. And I'm like, why can't you guys just switch over? It would save everyone
know.
the hassle. And then for their like trigger hands or holding hands, they always put like the hole up in the thumb.
I hate that.
And it makes it so much
Mm-hmm.
harder and easier to snap when you try to port it in, especially for people who don't know that and just try to go straight in and they end up snapping it. It's just, yeah, there's a little issues to fix. But anyway, talking about other releases, NECA has been just kind of putting out some TMNT stuff. Nothing too big unless you guys are really want to talk about. I haven't seen anything that's insane. And then Black Series, they are putting out yet another wave with their new technology, which Black Series always makes me mad because they're doing this Empire Strikes Back wave and we're getting another Boba Fett, another Chewbacca, which have been re-released. Boba Fett specifically has been re-released probably at least 10 times in different
That's
forms.
not true.
That's
Oh
not
my
true.
gosh.
He's been released like
Not
3
true at
times.
all.
Okay, wait, let's
He got re-released one time normally up to this point,
normally
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk
and
yes,
then
normally.
he had so he's been released the first time originally.
Yep.
He had been released in the archive series once. He got
And
his
then now
white
this
suit,
one.
and
And
so
then-
now it's his 4th release.
No,
What?
whoa,
Son
wait,
of
no.
a
He has the
head.
white suit.
He
and
was
then
in the-
has
he was in the
I
vintage
just
wave.
said
chromed
that.
out. He has the chromed out green suit that came
That's
out.
4.
Vintage wave, right? At least one of
Yeah.
them.
No, he was in the one. He was released one
5.
time, right? And then the archive wave, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
and his white
And
suit.
then he has the white
And
suit,
then the
and then he has the
wait.
chrome.
Yeah, and then this
Yeah.
one isn't chrome though. This Empire Strikes Back. This is just the normal look for Boba Fett.
Oh, really?
And then
Okay.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
there
That
might
is-
be one more that I'm forgetting, but I know that there's just those 5 at least. But point being,
That's probably it.
we've gotten quite a
honestly.
bit. So if you guys don't have a Black Series Boba Fett, you've got your chances. Let's see you guys pull out and grab them. But
Remember that thing?
You have your chance for like 2 minutes
but
because Star Wars fans are crazy.
that's
They'll snag
true.
all of it.
That's true. But the Black Series Chewbacca is actually completely new compared to the old Chewbacca. Oh, their old Chewbacca was garbage. I have 2 of them because I had picked up a second at Goodwill for like $3 or something. But
Sucks so bad, dude.
it's so bad. I mean, it's hard to even look at, and I'm probably gonna end up honestly like selling. I don't even know if I can sell them. I might just sell them away. But this new Black Series one actually looks very promising in terms of sculpt. It looks very accurate to the movie. SHF New Hope is literally impossible to find. The solo version's a little easier, but you're literally never gonna find it for a good price. So you might as I'm probably gonna end up picking up this one because it actually looks straight from the movie. We're given a Luke Skywalker Dagobah. We're given a new Vader yet again. This is like our 4th or 5th Vader as well. Because he came in 2 releases in the vintage wave. He came with like the pack with the stand and then the single carded. He came with the first release, so that's 3. And then we got the Hyper Real Vader, so that's 4. And then we got this one, so that's 5. So we got another Vader. Nothing really looks too different except the head sculpt is a little more accurate. We got another Snowtrooper. For all of you guys who don't have Snowtroopers, I definitely am probably going to end up trying to pick up one because I love that look. But yeah, we got some Transformer stuff, nothing too crazy. And then G.I. Joe, we got Cobra Commander and Destro are hitting the floors, as well as some of the other figures. I'm forgetting all of their names of the more like Gung Ho, I think, is with them. And then we got like the Red Ninjas. I think they're just called Red Ninjas, which look good. So we got a lot of G.I. Joe stuff coming out. And then we have the Destro that's like gold. I have no idea the story behind that at all. He's got like the leather, or not the leather, like the fur coat on
Daddy
and stuff.
Stro, man.
Daddy Stro.
Huh.
Oh
Dude,
my.
I've been saying this since they even announced G.I. Joe figures, and I don't even care about G.I. Joe. I just want a Snake Eyes, and then that is all. I
Yep,
will not buy any
that's
other
all.
G.I. Joe figures
The
except
only
for Snake Eyes.
and Storm Shadow. Those are the only two I'd buy.
Oh, and
maybe Destro,
Storm Shadow
or
for sure.
Cobra
But
Commander,
the
but
ninja,
mainly just
cool.
the ninjas.
That's it though.
And I am upset because I think you guys have seen, but they're giving us an Arctic Mission Storm Shadow, and it
Yeah, I
is
saw that.
completely not the look that any of the fans wanted. I'm pretty sure at all, and so that's very bummy. But you know, it's still cool that we're, I guess, getting it. But yeah, nothing.
We'll get it
nothing we'd
eventually.
want. Exactly. So. And I think the only other little things are we got some pre-orders. A pre-order went up for the Christopher Reeves Mezco Superman. That head sculpt looks so funky. His smiling head sculpt. No one
His
can
smiling head
convince
is
me
creepy.
otherwise. It's weird. But the figure looks good in general in terms of without the smiling head sculpt. So that's cool. And then pre-order or pre-orders, I guess, are dropping. The orders are dropping for the SHF, I guess, like final battle figures. So we got the Spider-Man, the Iron Man, Cap, and then I think that's really it for the final battle ones that have come out. Or Captain Marvel as well are all dropping. So those look good. And then SHF Palpatine is dropping as well. And I think that's really
That's
it for
gonna
toy
be
news.
good.
Yeah, so good stuff.
A few things. That Dagobah Luke from Black Series. Like, what do you guys think about the elbows on that figure?
For which one?
The Dagobah Luke.
We're gonna have to see, man.
I
don't
have
know
an
yet.
image of it. I'll show you guys right now. Screen. Sorry, the viewers won't be able to see it because my display screen software is still not working. It's kind of being weird as hell. But I will show you guys. So let me screen share this for you all. Screen share. Can you guys see?
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm seeing myself. Oh yeah, okay. They look like they're gonna go in really far. It just doesn't look like they're. It just sucks that they're not double jointed.
The length, like that is a really weird length. You know what? What just happened?
Yeah.
Oh, those look
I'm
great.
gonna-
Red Series Transformers.
Yeah, those do look good. I'm gonna get Megatron and Optimus probably, maybe a Bumblebee, but
They look
I just
pretty good.
I
Yeah, get those two,
pregnant
and that's
these
it.
lines. Yeah. Soundwave is my favorite Transformer, so I'm gonna get him. But I just anytime Hasbro or whatever introduces these new lines, like I feel like the G.I. Joe line is just gonna go away like the Overwatch one. Like they're just gonna be peg warmers, and nobody's gonna buy them after a couple after a wave, and they're just gonna sit there, and then they're just gonna get.
I
cleaned.
hope not. I really hope not. For Joe fans, because
Yeah.
what we're getting right now isn't what fans want, but you gotta be patient.
That's
like,
true.
True.
It's true.
It's like the Return of Marvel Legends
Hey,
line.
look at what
Bro,
Marvel
our
does.
Build-A-Figure-
Marvel Legends. Look, if you
I was saying the Return of Marvel Legends line, the first Build-A-Figure we got was Terrax. Do you think anyone was fiending for a Terrax?
No one was
I actually
fiending
still
for
want that
anything
figure.
from Hasbro. Oh god, those were doo-doo.
But-
Doo-doo.
like with Legends, you'll get like the super modern version, and then you'll get the classic look. You gotta wait. They did
That's
it with
true.
Doom.
That's
They
true.
did it with Colossus. They did it with Cyclops.
Yep,
You just gotta be patient.
I do love the Snake Eyes figures, though. I still am on the lookout for at least one of those. I want the deluxe, but it's okay. I like the new one. But either way, I think that's it for toy
And
news.
then
Oh wait, no,
there's
we got Brian.
some Lightning collections.
Ooh, something I am not caught up on. I do. I was telling Diego, I do want to own a whole team of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I love
Dude.
their look. So
You
good.
better get on it, man, because
You might want to hurry.
Well, I think
I was
I'm
about
gonna
to say-
I'm gonna go with though the SHF team, not the Lightning
Oh.
collection, because those look.
You have fun
really
with that.
good.
Yeah,
Are they super expensive?
You can get the White Ranger and the Green Ranger, and I'm pretty sure for decently $40-$50 because they were re-released. But everything else, man.
Yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah, I would
Oh,
just
boy.
stick with Lightning collection. You get around it's around the same quality, but not because obviously it's an import, but it's around the same quality. It's only $20.
Good to. Well,
Yeah.
have they released the whole team though?
Yeah, now. Well,
They have.
Zach's coming out standard in the next wave.
And then they'll re-release the Green Ranger for sure because he was
Yeah.
back, and there's no way. And then they'll probably re-release some. I don't know. Good luck with the. I I don't know. The White Ranger, I don't know how much they're going to re-release him. I mean, he was the first figure they made.
I think you're going to see all of them get re-released because it's 2020.
Maybe like a pack or something.
It's 2020. Rangers first came on the scene in '93. We're only 3 years away from a 30th anniversary line happening, in my opinion.
That's true.
That's why I think they're going to re-release everything. That's what I'm waiting for.
I feel like we'll get like another Red Ranger or Blue Ranger, or whatever, like with like a dragon shield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like we'll get that. But I would hurry on the girls though. Yellow and pink, I would definitely, because they're already the hardest ones to find, and it's like.
So the Lightning Collection news we have.
What'd you say?
The Lightning Collection news is so they're releasing the Psycho Rangers as a whole 5-pack apparently.
Oh yeah.
The box art came out for that, which I'm already like heavy into Lightning Collection, and they already released Psycho Red and Psycho Blue, so you got to buy them again. That's Hasbro.
Well, if you're trying to get rid of your Psycho Red or Blue for dirt cheap, better text me.
Dirt cheap. I love.
I'll give you the one. I'll give you the ones from the box set.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Sounds good, man.
And then, like, there's a lot of rumored news, but normally when it comes to Lightning Collection, it turns out being right. So the rumored Wave 6, because we're on Wave 5 right now. So Wave 6 is Zeo Red Ranger, who is Tommy. Mighty Morphin Black Ranger. Apparently, it's going to be Adam, who took over after Zach. SPD and In Space Yellow. So hopefully that gets revealed soon. Grum, the main villain from SPD.
Oh, gotcha.
And then there's like an exclusive White Dino Thunder Ranger listing that popped up somewhere. I remember where that was found. And then Amazon, there's a listing for a Lord Draken set, and there's also a listing for the SPD Omega Ranger with his Omega Cycle. So the first vehicle in the Lightning Collection.
Nice.
Oh, that's dope,
You know what's
dude.
crazy, Finn? This man's told us he's not into Power Rangers at the start of this freaking podcast.
He did.
This guy's geeking over the Power Ranger stuff right now.
That was a joke, though. Like, I love this one.
You know, he goes, Tommy took over Zach, and then Kimberly took over from Trini, and then they all turned into the Zeo Rangers from In Space in the 3rd season of the... Ryan? Okay? I want to get the Rita. I want to get the Rita pack, but besides that, I'm pretty much cool. This is the only team I'm going to collect. I might actually collect the SPD's team because I think the character designs look so cool. But basically, besides the SPD ones.
Oh yeah.
But besides that, and besides villains, like I'm pretty much just going to be cherry picking. Like I don't need the really Mighty Morphin team I needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts. Okay, I think that's it for toy news. There's literally almost no screen time news besides some like kind of Batman solo movie stuff, but really nothing worth it. So let's go into
the Marvel stuff.
Oh wait,
the Marvel Disney Plus.
Oh,
yeah. Let's bust through quick time to screen time quick though because your boy's got some stuff he's.
That was it. That's all I had.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
All right, I think we're gonna start with the amazing Brian. Your favorite photo of the week. If you look, I'll screen share with you so you can see it. I don't know how well this will work because if you tune in a live stream, either or, you'll be able to see it. So let's go into this. So transitioning, here's Brian's favorite photo of the week.
Let's see it.
Should be on there.
We're seeing they're seeing like the.
I can see it, but can they see it?
Yeah, they can see it. It's for them. It's the screen to the right that you see. For them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's from Metallic XD. He does like a lot of Power Ranger shots, and it's the White Mighty Morphin Power Ranger and the Zeo Gold Ranger taking out the Jackals. Love this shot. I think Metallics does some of the best Ranger work out there. Him and Kiki Fresh,
and you, Brian.
I mean, yeah.
In my opinion,
I concur with that as well.
And I just really like how this came out because everything is posed crisp here. Nothing looks too out of place. I just love this shot.
Good stuff, Finn. How do you feel about the shot?
I've been following him for literal years. Like 3 or 4 or 5 years. Like Metallic XD, man, he does such a good job with these group shots. This is gonna sound really dumb, but I love his ratio, like his aspect ratio for his photos. Like I like how they feel very cinematic or whatever because they're very like long but thin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really like how they look. His posing is always absolutely on point. I love the army builders. I'm kicking myself for only getting one jackal, but I could only afford one at the
Yeah, I
time.
only have one too.
Love them.
I don't even have one.
I have no good range, man. Sucks.
So good though. Oh,
But I love it.
what a shot. Yeah, I love the yellow, the hint of like yellow to the left. I love that. I love just the posing like Finn said in this set. This is a great photo. Amazing. All right. Next we're gonna do favorites first, Finn. So then I'll do my
Sounds
favorite,
good,
then
man.
your favorite, and then we'll do our 2 critiques. And Brian, you will be interjecting on all these to either give advice or just talk about what you like about them.
All right.
So next is my favorite right here. This photo, oh my god. I mean, this artist has been leveling up so much, and I love Craven's pose, like with the spear just about to throw it, and I love Kong looking at him.
Who's the artist, Brian?
Dead in the
Yeah,
eye.
who's the artist?
Honestly, forgetting the name at the top of my head right now, so I'm going to find it while we're talking about someone else's real quick. But continuing, giving this photo the praise it deserves real quick, and then actually, you know what? I'm gonna find this first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the lighting coming from the left. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful, beautiful. I can't love it more. And it's by Loose Joints on Instagram, loose.joints.
Got it.
So
I
he
think
also-
I follow him.
Yeah, he does some amazing
He makes
work.
great stuff.
Yep, he
Yeah.
just did a Craven shot the other day, and he did like the Doc Ock. I know you guys have seen the grind smashing into like the Times Square screen, but I love it. I love the smoky atmosphere. He uses aerosol really well here. I love the set pieces. I really want to get some aquarium pieces like him to do these cool jungle displays a little better. I love the lighting. I love it. So what do you guys think about this?
Dude, I love it. I love the pose. I almost thought Craven's pose is almost a little too exaggerated, but
Yeah.
I mean, for what you can do with that figure, I think it's great. I love the King Kong stuff. The haze on like the bottom left looks so good, like for like fog or like mist or whatever. But I think
Yeah.
it looks beautiful. Love the colors. Very unique.
Brian, what you feeling about this one?
I love this, man. I love Craven, and this Kong figure is like just a natural fit, obviously. And then you guys were talking about the yellow light. I think that really sets it off here. The yellow light really adds a different layer to it.
Good stuff, man. Good
For sure.
stuff. So I love this
Let's
photo
do
again
it.
by Loose Joints. Now we got Finn's photo. Right
You
there.
know, the greatest. You know, the greatest to ever pod. You know, no, I'm just kidding. Cap. I actually did not follow this person until now. I followed them after this. Cappy Ricketts ACBA. I had never heard the name. I've never seen any of his shots before, but I found this when I was looking at things ACBA had featured in the last couple weeks or whatever, because I didn't know what to use as my favorite photo. And I saw this, and I was like shook because I think it looks so perfect with the way that it's composed and the way that it's lit from behind. And it's not just lit from behind. It actually looks like it's a moon, like
Yep.
this lighting behind. You know what I mean? The fog is done
Yep.
perfectly. It's just like perfectly composed. Absolutely adore it. Love it. I want that Mezco Jason so bad.
Oh, he looks good. I think I honestly prefer the NECA just in terms of like I like how dirty it looks and like dingy, but I like the Michael Myers Mezco way more than the NECA one for sure. But
Sure.
But yeah, so I mean, I completely agree with Finn. I love the use of the aerosol or smoke machine or whatever he's using here. I love how it like wraps around his body and the white cool light coming from, it's supposed to be a moon, but coming from whatever light source he's using right between the trees in the back, the perfect framing here and lighting up the edges of the trees and then just backlighting the whole figure is, I mean, it's amazing. This shot is really incredible.
Nah, for sure, man. Excellently done. Brian, what you think, bro?
I love this shot. I actually hadn't seen it, I don't think, until now. But I'm big on symmetry and the way he has like the 2 trees in the front and then the 2 trees in the back, like a perfect walkway for him. Just looks great. The lighting coming through, you guys talked about him. It gives him more presence. It gives him makes him look a little bit like
For
more
sure.
menacing. And then the smoke gives off that eerie vibe. I love.
Awesome. Great
Oh,
stuff.
I'm probably after this.
Good stuff. So now we'll go into our section of critiques where we just pick some from the tag, which is hashtag Shutterbugs_CC. Tag it with your guys' photos if you want them to appear on our show. And we shout you guys out on Instagram, which we actually haven't done for the past 2 episodes, so we need to do that, Finn. But yeah, we shout you guys out on Instagram and then just give advice if you want. And again, also another way too is even if you tag your photos with that, sometimes we see your photos and they could end up being our favorites, because I know a lot of people use our tag that don't need it, like Hive Mind photos and a lot of people who do really good shots that I don't think we'd ever critique too much. I know Mo's used it and Brandon and other people have used it. But anyway, it was pretty pleasant surprise to see that we have more than 1,000 posts with that tag right now.
Yeah, it was really nice, man.
So
thank you guys for
awesome.
tagging, even though we've been MIA for a while.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
But we're getting back on it, guys. We're going to try to do once a week, have different guests on, and just really interact with you guys. So we're really excited. But talking about our first critique, this is my critique. This is by Baron Okun. It's basically Peter Parker coming in through the window with, a thing of flowers. And MJ's like, wow, thanks for the flowers, basically. And she, she's in bed in her apartment. So immediately for me, the things that stick out is I like the photo. I love the dial. I think it's awesome. I really love how it's coming through the window and you can see the city backdrop in the back. I love the window that's behind the bed. I love the bed prop. I love the desk. I love that this was all made basically by foam, it looks like the books and the desk are not props, but they're actually made by him. So kudos to you as a dial maker, because this is incredible work. So the first thing that always sticks out to me, because I have been using them a lot lately and I try to use them as much as I can, but cutouts in general, but this cutout, I think you could maybe, cutting cutouts is really difficult to do. So I understand how you'll never get the edges perfect, etc. But I think maybe a little bit of rimming the cutout, just with a black Sharpie would help a little bit with this. I think the plastic is nice, but it's a little visible with how you have it stuck. I don't know if it's stuck to MJ's hair or to the window frame, but if you could have just put the end of the cutout, where you see most of the light behind MJ's head, I think then you wouldn't be able to see the trail as much, and I think it really would have sold the cutout floating. If you need any help, you can always message me. I actually use that technique in one of my most recent posts, but I also think Peter's line of sight specifically is off for me, and I think that's what throws it off as well. He's kind of looking at the edge of the bed almost, not at Mary Jane. So I think, and the same with MJ, she looks like she's looking out the window to his right almost, not looking at Peter specifically. So I think just fixing the line of sights, making them look at each other would really sell it. And then I like the sunlight that's hitting Peter's face. I like that a lot, but I feel like if you had less light hitting the buildings and more hitting the backdrop, which is again a hard balance to do, but then it wouldn't feel like the buildings are as washed out maybe in gray as much as more black and as a more of a backdrop. But again, I love the dio. I love the story it's telling. Just little tweaks like that could really set this photo off. What do you guys think?
Dude, I think it's definitely the right start. I think that the dio and stuff, I like the ear trying to do more of a bedroom dio and stuff. I think the buildings look good. I just think that just some subtle tweaks, maybe even a tighter crop, cutting out most of the bookshelf.
For sure.
MJ looks just a little bit static. You know what I mean? She just looks a little bit just sitting perfectly. Maybe just make her look a little bit more relaxed. But everything you said, man, I think it's a great idea. And the Mayfex posing besides the head looks pretty decent. So
yeah. Finn, what are you thinking? Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Brian, what are you thinking? And also, one real quick thing, there is a gap where his, butt is supposed to be on the window frame. Try to avoid that. Maybe try to crunch him a little lower, because, he wouldn't really be, almost pressed to the point where he can't sit down all the way, where, he has that tension between the window frame where he's, leaning up against it. He'd probably be sitting down on the window frame. So that's a little posing fix you could do there. But, Brian, what are you thinking about this?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The gap under his butt and the window seal was something I really noticed. And this probably might just be me, but I think the buildings might be too close to the sky. I can't tell if they're creating a shadow or not. Mm-hmm. But if they are, you gotta create that distance so the shadows will show me the backdrop.
I do see that, Brian. It looks like there is a shadow right between the two, the big building and I guess the tall building and the fatter building.
And then another thing, this is my personal taste, but this seems a little too blue to be a bedroom, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The lighting, a huge little too blue.
Too cool.
Yeah. It looks more like a yeah, a cool like daylight. Like in terms of outdoors, I can tell there's no roof obviously in this apartment on. He's probably using the same settings as he's lighting the backdrop with the room. So it creates this odd blending. I completely agree of like the indoor lighting matching outdoor, which never happens. So yeah, for sure. For sure.
But aside from those few things and the stuff you guys mentioned, maybe some more light on the cutout, just a little bit. But aside from that, I like the setup, but like a few tweaks would have been off.
For sure.
All right, here we go, Finn. We got Finn's Shutterbugs CC.
Yes, sir.
There we
That
go.
geek Bob, a veteran of the critique tag. Thank you so much for always tagging, man. We appreciate it. And the reason why we go back to some of these same people is because we just don't have that many different people using the tag, which would be super sick if you guys did. But so that's why we are featuring that geek Bob once again. Thank you so much, man, for always using the tag and supporting the show, and we really appreciate your work. This is shot with the Mandalorian. First of all, I think that the posing is actually really good, especially on the Mandalorian. Like, he looks really good. The Stormtrooper looks pretty good. I think that the angle is a little bit jarring. So normally it's like I don't mind the tilted, but it just seems a little bit too tilted, especially with like the head's being cut off as much, and the little Stormtrooper guy just kind of floating that back there. Like, he looks like he might be knocked out, but you can't really tell. And you know what I mean? And I feel like the lighting's a little bit too green and yellow, where it's looks kind of murky. I feel like you could maybe clean it up a little bit, maybe add a little bit more light, maybe some rim lighting from behind the Mandalorian. But what do you guys think?
Brian, you can go first because I actually have some
Alright.
stuff about this one. But yeah, go.
I do like the posing. My only real problem with the Mandalorian's pose, like, it doesn't really look like he's choking out that clone trooper. And trooper kind of like, he has like his you can't really do it because the helmet's so big on both figures. But I kind of wish he could get like that arm around the neck a little bit more.
Yeah.
That wasn't choking him. I do agree with Finn said. Maybe just get rid of the yellow, but keep the green, because I do like the green. It just kind of doesn't play well off the yellow, you know.
Yeah, agreed. Just feels kind of like gross, the colors together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And aside from that, I mean, I like this shot. I think that Geek Bob has really been improved.
For sure.
I remember watching earlier episodes, and like, he really has gotten better, especially his stuff with his Hoff shots he was doing recently. We liked those.
Yep.
But yeah, he's getting better. Just a few things
Definitely.
here.
Quick question: does anyone know his real name? Because there's a reason for it. I'm trying to find him in the Grind group, which you all should join if you're not in the Grind group. But he actually posted this, and before he posted it, I gave him advice on this photo. And the main thing I said, which is what Finn said, to me, I really don't love the color scheme of the yellow and green. It definitely throws it off for me. I think, there's a lot of colors that could have been chosen a little better. But he said he is partially colorblind, so that's why for him he chose these colors. And to him it looked a little different. So for anyone, you just keep in mind the color wheel, colors that blend together, adjacent colors that are opposite. That helps a lot. Your displays just kind of putting those in. And so another thing, which I think Finn might have talked about as well, but the light placement. I feel like if he had just maybe the green backlighting Mandalorian would have made all the difference in terms of the coloring, because I think the yellow and green are like blending in the front, and it's creating this, like he said, kind of not gross, but you know what I mean. It's like this very odd color that doesn't really suit,
murky.
Yeah, murky, that doesn't suit the photo. Yeah. And if he just had backlight and then front light, I feel like it would have blended a little better. You still would want to choose different colors, but I still feel like it would blend a little better. But I think other than that, I like the posing. I know, there's restrictions, obviously, with this figure, like Brian said, with, having his arm around the neck. It'd be cool, which is, it's not anything essential, but it'd be cool if there was a little blood dripping down the wall where that Stormtrooper fell. That would just add it. But again, he probably doesn't want to mess up his diorama wall, which I know I wouldn't either. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's pretty contained in terms of the shot, and I like the crop of it. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, great job, man. Thanks for always submitting. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. I think we have pretty much reached the end of the episode. We can plug our own stuff every
Brian,
time.
never talk again.
Fun.
Oh, did you have fun?
I'm happy. I'm happy you had fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Make sure to follow Brian at cap.lives on Instagram.
Yep.
My man, Brian, you are appreciated. Thank you so much for joining us. Follow us. We'll link all of our stuff in the description, but all of our Instagrams and Facebook. Make sure to check out Articulated Comic Book Art
And
on
also,
Instagram and Facebook.
check out the Grind group on Facebook where you can get this kind of feedback daily for any of your shots before you post and excel as an artist.
And from people better than us.
Yep. Facts. That's very true. And always look at Articulated Comic Book Art's Instagram. Be ready for these competitions. You know, us three are going to be grinding away at these themes. We look forward to seeing your guys' submissions, as well as if you tag your photo, Shutterbugs CC, talking about those submissions on the next episode. And I think that's it.
No,
you guys
for sure.
want to talk about summer shots for a little bit? Like we kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
Like, so people understand
we
what
can
it is.
bring it up for a
For
second.
sure.
All right. Well, Summer Shots is an annual summer ACBA event. Themes this year they decided to go with 3. The first theme is ACBA Summer Slam, so pretty much recreating a wrestling move. The next theme is ACBA Girl Power, so like female empowerment. And then the final theme is ACBA Stronger Together, so like team shots. You know, I decided to pass on Summer Slams, but I did do a girl power theme, and now I had to think for Stronger Together.
I have so much inspiration for Stronger Together because of all the team stuff I've been reading and the Summer Slams. I know from reading Daredevil, like I have so many ideas of what poses I want to do, but I don't know which one I'm gonna end up choosing and which one I'm gonna grind on. But again, also there's dates to all these guys. The first theme ends this Friday, I believe, or Saturday. I forget which day it is. But make sure that I think. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost 100% you can completely intermix the themes on whatever days you choose. So, like, you can do the girl power theme first, you can do the wrestling theme second, the Stronger Together third if you want to.
I don't know. Can you do that?
I hope so.
I think so, because Casey posted his, and I posted my girl power too. Casey posted his, like, yesterday, and I think we talked about it should be completely fine. So, yeah, and that's the way it's been always with Summer Shots.
I'm just sitting on my girl power theme.
Yeah, I think you can post that, Brian. But yeah, and I personally, if you guys are lacking inspiration, you're like, man, I haven't shot in a while, I need like ideas, like, oh, I guess these are working, but like they're a little too extreme and I want to win, then I would recommend doing what I'm doing. But ACBA had, for the whole month of June before Summer Shots, basically 4 themes for every week to basically prepare for Summer Shots, to get you guys inspired, to get the ideas flowing, which were Scientist, All Alone, Scientist, All Alone, I'm trying to think, because I did 3 of them, but not 4. Oh,
there was a workout one.
Workout, and then, I guess, like, Stupid Decisions, so, like, creating Ultron, for example. So, if you need any ideas, I'd recommend starting with those 4 and then going into Summer Shots, or maybe just starting with 2 of them or 1 of them, just to kind of get your guys' blood pumping, and then you can just start displaying, and we're really excited to see what you guys have. And be on the lookout for PK
100%.
and World Tournament. And I know ACBA's got some really cool stuff for all 4 groups that are linked with ACBA, the Grind, Plastic and Paint, Die Structure, and the main group.
Yeah.
Coming up that's been teased. Some really cool stuff. So, yeah.
Nah, for sure, man. If you're a toy photographer, definitely just join the ACBA group, man. You'll learn so much. You'll get so much better, I swear. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm really excited to see where the podcast is going to go. Brian, you are our first guest ever, and we loved having you, man. Hopefully we're going to have a lot more guests in the future. Maybe we'll even have you back one day. We'll see.
I hope I can get back on.
Yeah, dude, we loved having you, man. It was so much fun. And Alex will hopefully be on next time.
Hopefully, yes. We never know, but we are hoping.
We love that, buddy.
We'll get him back.
Okay, cool. Thank you all so much for joining us for episode 17 of the Shutterbugs podcast. I want to thank my co-host, Aiden, and my guest, Brian. It has been a lot of fun. We'll see you all next week, but until then, keep taking toy pics. Be good people. You know what I mean? Goodbye, everyone.
See you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.